Yo, what's up? My name's Petrowski, and only 2 episodes ago, I was scaling this exact same bridge on my main account in PokeMMO with over 9,000 hours played. And now, I've progressed to the point where I can scale this exact same bridge on my new self-imposed challenge account, the Iron Petrowski account, the PokeMMO Iron Man account, which is not allowed to trade or use the GTL in any way. You see, to get good IV Pokemon on this account, I have to farm the same exact spot or same exact species for hours and hours. I have to head over to the Safari Zone and farm tons of the same egg group Pokemon for more hours and hours. And then I have to go payday pickup, do gym reruns, do trainer reruns, or do tons of pure Poke-Yen making to then have the ability to buy the breeding braces and other things to breed up those same exact Pokemon just for one good Pokemon. This account is for anyone who ever said, you know what, I don't think PokeMMO is grindy enough. I need to make this game more difficult, more time consuming, add more perseverance, and more endurance to the challenge. It is not for everybody, and I do not recommend it for everybody, but you know what, it is absolutely for me, and I adore it. Welcome to episode 3 of my PokeMMO Iron Man account, my new favorite way to play this beautiful game that I've played for over 12 years. If you haven't seen them, make sure to check out episode number 1 and episode number 2. A playlist for the entire series should be linked in the description. You can go ahead and throw that on and listen to it in the background or on your second monitor while you grind PokeMMO or play whatever game you're enjoying today. So let's go ahead and jump into what am I doing this episode and also what I've done up until this point. All right, first things first, let's cover the basics. I'm currently at 8,555 encounters. You guys can clearly see that. I have 440,000 Poke-Yen, 9,900 BP saved up, which is enough for one more choice item, which I've been carefully saving, and over 106 hours played. I have 3 of the regions complete in the game, including Kanto, Hoenn, and Unova. I would like to maybe work on a little bit of Johto this episode, but not the entire region. You see, I just want to unlock access to Cyndaquil so I can start one of the best Poke-Yen money-making methods in the entire game for a main account or an Iron Man account, which is gym reruns. Now, this usually includes, at a very basic level, getting yourself 2 Typhlosions, a sun-setting Pokemon like a Torkoal, and then a Tailwind Prankster Pokemon like a Whimsicott, setting up for those 2 Typhlosions, coming in and obliterating everything with Eruptions. On a main account, you could buy and breed this team for under 100,000 Poke-Yen, which you could probably get and complete your first region to do within easily 10 hours of gameplay. I'm 106 hours in, and I'm not even close. I need at least 1 choice specs for this team to operate, as well as a Charcoal to boost the damage of my Typhlosion's Eruptions, which I don't have yet. I have to go catch my own Drought Torkoal over in the Hoenn region. I have to get the Johto region done and completed enough to actually go be able to wild encounter and catch Cyndaquils, since that's the only way my account can actually get them. And then I have to farm tons of the same egg group Pokemon for hours and hours and hours, and hopefully just be able to get enough good IV Pokemon to breed up the Cyndaquils to be able to actually use them. And then after all of that, I have to EV train and XP train them up to level 100. And this is what the Iron Man is all about. Taking a task that might take a main account about 10 hours to achieve and making it take about 150. But oh boy, the sweet satisfaction and gratification that comes from a PokeMMO Iron Man account. And I implore you and I encourage you to go ahead and try one out for yourself if the game's been a bit stale or been a bit slow for you recently. Let's now go ahead and do one of my favorite things in this series, the starting goals of today's episodes. You see, I like to start the episodes by looking over my goal list and then end them by looking over my goal list and seeing what I achieved in each episode. So, today, on my tier 1 goal list, which is my short-term goals, I have getting things like catching Pokemon, completing the Johto and the Sinnoh region, and getting a couple level 100 Pokemon. We have our medium-term goals, which include getting shiny Pokemon, starting berry farming, getting more Poke-Yen, and, which will be more interesting for today's episode, things like Heart Scale and Everstone farming. And then we have our tier 3 goals, which is the true endgame of the account. I don't think I've actually achieved any tier 3 goals yet, but hopefully one day we will. We're just getting started. I need to get Pokedex completion, eventually doing the Heatran raid, aka the biggest PVM challenge within PokeMMO. That is a raid, a 4-man cooperative battle that requires perfect team coordination and perfectly IV statted Pokemon in the exact specific ways that you need to be able to take it on. One mistake, one team building issue in the Heatran raid, and it's arguably unbeatable. Now, I'm going to start this episode off by telling you guys this is most likely going to be a grinding episode. I'm going to be doing a ton of payday pickuping, a ton of heart scale thieving, a ton of legendary hunting, and just getting encounter after encounter after encounter and doing all of the monotonous grinding that I love in this game. And the reason I'm able to do this is because I've spent the last 2 episodes laying down the foundations. Now, I still have a lot more foundations to lay, don't get me wrong. I mean, I only have 3 out of the 5 regions done, and I always say that I feel like the game begins once you complete all 5 regions. I honestly probably only have about 20 to 30% of the proper foundation that I want to have down before I really build a house in this beautiful game metaphorically. But you know what? I want to go ahead and build on that foundation we do have and prepare for the future. Because on an Iron Man account, if you aren't thinking long term, if you aren't preparing for the future, almost immediately, you're gonna get burned. And unfortunately, there are no burn heals that actually save you from poor planning in this game. But let's go ahead and jump into things and start on our first grind today, which is honestly just going to consist of a little bit more of some simple payday pickup farming. If you don't know, I've been payday pickup farming over here at 5 Island Meadow with my Meowth over here that I put a lot of effort into getting properly. I have a choice band on it, I have the pickup ability, and I have the payday. So I go ahead and I sit here, I run back and forth, I do encounters, and then I hit these Pokemon. I get about 500 Pokeyen per battle, as well as free Ultra Balls, free upgrades, free black glasses, and tons of helpful items down the road that I can either sell to shops for extra Pokeyen or actually use. I'm doing all of this while also passively XP trading my Parasect in the back with an XP share, and also the main reason why I'm doing this, the Pokeyen's nice, but one of the main reasons I'm doing this is to go for the Moltres encounter. You see, there is a chance within Kanto, once you've completed the main storyline, the 8 gym badges, to encounter one of the roaming legendaries. And now there's a website called PokeMMO Zone, and then a section of that website with a tool called PokeMMO Time. And you can go use that to actually go check the in-game time and sort of what season it is in-game, and more importantly, check what the current roaming legendary is. So right now, Moltres is roaming around in Kanto, and the community doesn't know for sure. This is actually a destination number. It's never been officially released by the PokeMMO developers, but it is expected that the legendary rate, the roaming legendary rate in PokeMMO is about 1 in 5,000. So I'm hoping that if I do enough encounters, I can get that Moltres encounter, because Moltres is actually a meta fire Pokemon in the most important raid team in all of PokeMMO. So the most important endgame PVM activity really leans into Moltres, and it would be a really, really good, like pretty cheap way, honestly, hilariously on an Iron Man account for me to get a good raid Pokemon. Now, it's going to take about 20 hours on average of running back and forth to get Moltres. And that is if I was using expert lures and a swarm type ability, which increases my encounters per hour. I'm not doing any of that. I'm an Iron Man account. I can't afford expert lures, number 1, just to increase my encounters. I don't have the Pokeyen for that. Number 2, I want to do something more with my time than just running back and forth and running away from the encounters. I can't really afford something like that on an Iron Man account where I can be payday and pickupping and getting extra resources. So I'm probably getting about half the encounters per hour. So in actuality, it's probably going to take me 40 to 50 hours of payday pickuping in Kanto before I ever see that Moltres. And that's just on average. If I go double the rate dry, I could be here for the entire episode and go 100 hours hunting. Now, hopefully none of that happens, and Petrowski luck kicks in, and I see you guys here before 9,500 encounters or so. But for now, I'll see you guys when I see you. Alrighty, just want to do a quick little milestone check-in. I am now up to 8,800 encounters in total on the accounts and over 500,000 Pokeyen. That's really the main thing I wanted to talk about. This payday pickuping has really been gradually upping my Pokeyen, and it's just been super nice to have that safety net sort of thing so I can actually do the things I want to do, and I want to just continue making this episode about that. So we're up over 500k Pokeyen, a nice little extra upgrade there, as we can see. I'm also at 113 hours played, so I'm not done quite yet. The grinding is going to continue. However, I might switch over to a different activity soon here. If you see me in the next clip over in the Kanto Safari Zone, don't be too surprised. It's very possible I went over to farm some of the like male egg group, like monster and field egg group Pokemon over in that area for future breeds, and then sorting my PC via 1x31s, 2x31s, etc., etc. I would really like to get over to Ditto catching at some point. The only problem is I don't really have a proper Ditto catching Pokemon. I need a Smeargle with safety goggles to be able to do that properly, and that would cost my next BP. So I have to make this decision. Do I really need to get to gym reruns ASAP? Do I need that level of Pokeyen, or is the payday pickuping sufficing the payday problem, or the Pokeyen problem that I had in the previous episodes? Am I good now? That's kind of the question I have to ask myself. And do I decide which route do I decide to go to? Because when I commit to a route, you know, from this point forward, it's going to take 10, 20, 30 hours to get back to the previous position to change pathways on that route, if that makes sense. Basically, if I want to do gym reruns, I have to go buy the choice specs, which are going to cost all my BP. And it's going to take a really long time to grind back the BP to actually be able to get the safety goggles. Or I can go buy the safety goggles with the BP, and then I can't do my gym rerun for a very, very long time. So it's a sticky situation.
Alrighty, I hopped over to Universe for a quick sec because according to my Discord, as you can see in the bottom left, there is a grass Pheno. And if you know anything about Phenos in PokeMMO, you understand how important it is to start on them as soon as possible. If you don't know, a Pheno is a little like shaking tile. I should be able to see it probably up here. I think it is on Route 5. I don't think this is also Route 5 yet. It should be over at this location. So somewhere over here, this should be the first. Yep, right there. You can see the shaking tile. This is actually the first Pheno on the account, and you need to do a fair bit of Phenos to actually complete the Pokedex. If you don't know, if you run over the shaking tile, these only happen in Unova, you have a chance of getting a Pheno-specific Pokemon. Now, hilariously, I got a Ditto here, as you can see, and Ditto isn't a Pheno-specific Pokemon. I mean, I'll take it. This is honestly like the first, I think this might be the first Ditto catch on the account, so I can actually outspeed this one comparatively to the Hoenn Ditto spot. But you know what? I'll absolutely take this. Just a fun little Ditto catch. It could have been something like an Audino or something like for the water Phenos. There's a Lolamola. There are unique spawns that are unique to Phenos that are very, very difficult. You have to get them for the Pokedex, and those can take sometimes weeks. Weeks and weeks of checking different Phenos by signing up for a Pheno role in a Discord or being involved in some sort of community in PokeMMO to keep an eye on those spawns. So we're gonna go for this Ditto catch. I'm actually testing out a new microphone right now. I'm only gonna be using this microphone if I'm grinding and playing the account on my laptop, kind of on the go. This should allow me to make some extra progress, record some extra clips, and then transfer those clips over to my desktop and edit them all together with a quick little USB. So let me know how this sounds and how you guys like this. Just an extra way I can sort of add to the series and just allow myself to play the account more and grind more. Up to over 113 hours played, as I believe we already have seen, and up to 580,000 Pokeyen. All right, there we go. No specific Pheno species, but you know what? We will absolutely take the first Ditto catch on the account. And the first Ditto catch, okay, we actually did get something I forgot about. Wow, Mysterious Gem Cluster. That's actually a big deal. Whoa, okay. My brain just unlocked something for the Iron Man account, something that I didn't think about previously. Mysterious Gem Clusters are the only way for an Iron Man account to get Mysterious Gems, if I'm not mistaken. Usually, as a main account, you would just go buy the Mysterious Gems that you need. If you don't know, or sorry, I guess powerful. So you would do like a Grass Gem, right? There are certain gem items in PokeMMO, and they are a consumable item in Pokemon that boost the power of a specific type of move by 50% for one use. You have to use 40 gems, yeah, plus, yeah, you can change it. You can do a lot of things, right? With these are really powerful. Ghost Gem is actually a meta item, #1, for the Halloween event and for the PokeMMO Halloween fight every single year. And then Fire Gem, as well as Fighting Gem, are also often relevant and often meta for raids. So stocking up on as many gem clusters as possible is actually going to be super relevant and be the way that I yeah, you can actually combine it with something. You can see, I think this would go ahead and like turn these into water gems. I'm not going to worry about that. Also, this is how I get hidden power. If I need for example, like hidden power ice on a specific, like a Jolteon, for example, you would have to get 40 ice gems, and you would use those to change the hidden power on a Pokemon, which is very relevant for PvP. So not an item that I've thought about, but Mysterious Gem Cluster is a crucial one for the Iron Man account, one that I'll have to farm all myself. And as I was leaving that spot to go catch the Pheno, there's actually an alpha spawn over in Unova, but it's over at the Giant Chasm. So I'm going to see, I have about an hour and 15 minutes until the alpha despawns. I'm going to try to slowly work my way over towards Lucanosa Town, go ahead and take that unlock and work my way over to that alpha spawn if I can get there before the spawn ends. All right, it was quicker than I expected, actually, to get over to Lucanosa Town, which also unlocks the new best speed Eevee training spot, also a decent XP training spot. Unfortunately, it's a Rapidash horde, and if you know my history with Rapidash and Ponyta, I'm a little hesitant to go there, but also, it would be a little poetic if the first shiny on this account was a Rapidash, I'm not going to lie, but I can actually now strength push this boulder through and fully unlock this Giant Chasm spot for the rest of the account, which is awesome, because you go here all the time, like there's different Phenos over here. This is actually one of the better spots. This is a cool little visual. I should come here to hang out more. It's a cool little spot on it. It's a cool little pier. But like really good spot for single encountering for Matang, going for Beldum, good Phenos, and there's a Alpha Weavile Swarm over here currently. Also, what the hell are the odds of this? There's a Dust Pheno on the way to the Alpha Swarm. Don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. I literally just did. Wow, that's so good. I just did a Pheno. This is huge. This is one of the best exclusive Phenos I could have gotten for multiple reasons. Holy shit, that's so good. I'm gonna go ahead and spore it as soon as possible to try to safely catch this. This is amazing. So it's actually better that it's an Excadrill. So firstly, Excadrill is a very good Pokemon in PvP with hidden ability access and without hidden ability access to some extent. With is better, but you know, there's something there. Oh my goodness. So, okay. This is one of the most difficult Pokemon to find from Phenos because Dust Phenos are a little less common than Grass Phenos because usually people are only inside of caves for storylines, if that makes sense. How often do you go inside of a cave if you're not like doing a storyline or, you know, when was the last time you were in Rock Tunnel, for example? Probably a long time ago, right? Now, Phenos only happen in Unova, but you get my... When was the last time you were in Twist Mountain, besides like the storyline or a specific Eevee training spot or shunts or yada yada yada, right? So the only reason this Pheno was probably found was because people were heading through Giant Chasm specifically to get to the Alpha. So the odds of that are really crazy. And then secondly, this is a really good Pokemon. It's actually better that I also get Excadrill instead of Drillbur, because now if I catch this Excadrill, get an OT Excadrill, I can breed it down and get OT Drillbur at the same time, which just feels amazing. So really lucky encounter here. And there is the catch. Nice. I don't need any IV rolls. Any IV rolls would just be like a cherry on top, but a second mysterious gem cluster as well. Yeah, very happy with this. Don't need any IVs. That's good enough. That's a huge success for the day. Pick up this Pokeball while we're at it. All right, finally made it over to the hidden ability Weavile. Now, the hidden ability here is actually super relevant. I'm going to go ahead and take my time, I think, to catch the surrounding the surrounding Sneasels really quick, because hidden ability Sneasel would actually give me a pickpocket Sneasel, which this would be a perfect... I was thinking about already doing this episode. I've wanted to build a Frisk thief Pokemon, and this could be a secondary option to it, or sort of a different tool in my toolbox per se, to where I can lead... Okay, hopefully not one-shot them. Oopsie. I can lead Frisk thief the Pokemon, and then if the Pokemon in the horde have an item, you can switch over to your pickpocket Pokemon to actually thief the horde itself, and it makes things a bit faster and a bit more efficient. I'll show you what that looks like if we can actually get that on the account one day, but for now, I'm going to just focus on trying to catch these Pokemon. Now, there's a really good chance this guy just outspeeds me and one-shots me, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen, unfortunately. That's exactly what happens. That's okay. We're going to get to around turn 8, so I think my best bet here is to just throw a timer ball, hope for the best. It's really unlikely I catch this, but that's how these alphas are going to go. Sometimes they're going to take multiple encounters, which is totally okay. You know, they just respawn, so it's not really that big of a deal. Yep, probably going to ice punch me. That'll be GG's. Let's see, just to make totally sure. Okay, we do get Night Slash. I think it's enough to KO us, though. Even a Night Slash does us in. Yeah, I'll have to go for take number 2 here. And that is definitely another encourager for me to get a proper catching Pokemon. A Smeargle or a Breloom would be a lot better here versus this Parasect. All right, I guess 3 times the charm. All right, I'm gonna have to actually implore a little bit of strategy this time. I'm gonna have to use a Bulldoze Sturdy Geodude to lower the speed of the Weavile by 1 stage and hope that that's enough to let the Parasect outspeed it. You know what? I might even grab a few of these Geodudes just in case. All right, jumping into the third attempt now with 2 Geodudes in the start. They do have Sturdy, so I should be able to get an attack off no matter what. As long as I don't lower... Now, if you actually lower a stat of an alpha Pokemon too much, hilariously, they will just revert all the stats, or like, revert the change. So you have to be aware of that. You actually can't reduce the stats on an alpha Pokemon too low, or you'll run into an opposite issue, right? I'm going to go ahead and just let him die to the next attack. Ice Punch. Now, the alpha AI is not as smart as trainer AI. Wild Pokemon AI in PokeMMO is not that good for my understanding. It's still somewhat random. Whereas trainer AI, if they see the KO, they will always go for it, sort of situation. So the Weavile could go ahead and like Swords Dance up against my Parasect, even if it could one-shot with Ice Punch. It actually happened in a previous fight where it was 1v1 versus my Meowth, and it was already +3 attack, and it still went for... There you go. You can actually see there's a perfect lifetime example. Sometimes the alpha AI is just not as good. It'll just go for a random Swords Dance like that. Like, obviously, that doesn't really... You don't need that damage here. I'm going to go for Stealth Rock here, though, hilariously, just in case. Yup, just in case he Swords Dances again. I actually don't want to lower his speed more because it might get the reversion. So I'm going to not worry about that. I'm going to go for Takedown, I guess, to just KO myself if I need to here. Probably could have gone for that before. It would have been a little bit more useful than the rocks, but I mean, the more turns I stall, the better. Timer Ball is the best way to catch these alpha Pokemon, but now I don't want to bring in my Parasect quite yet. What I want to actually do is bring in my Blastoise, go for a Rock Smash, because I know that it should do about 45% damage here. I crit. That's awkward. That I have not... That actually is bad for me. Oh, man. That changes the entire fight. So, in my head, I've done this fight a few times now. Dragon Claw did about 50.8%, and Rock Smash does 45%-ish. So, obviously, there's a damage roll. So, I could either 2 times Rock Smash and do about 90%, or I could Rock Smash plus Dragon Claw and do about 95%, put the Weavile at a really good HP pool. Now, I'm in a really awkward situation. As you can see, I can't Rock Smash this again, or it will kill it. Oh, I think I have to just sacrifice Switch over to Wingull, burn like a few more turns. I want to just bring in my Parasect here as soon as possible. See, I'm going to sacrifice the Wingull, bring in the Parasect, go for a Spore, and hope this works. And then maybe, I think I do need to try to go for a False Swipe or something. He's still faster. Now, to be fair, oh, that sucks. Weavile is a very fast Pokemon, like 115, I believe, base speed, something like that. And Parasect is extremely slow at like 30 base speed. I thought that with the -3 reductions and the level difference, and there's no speed Eevee training to be fair, I thought it would be enough, but unfortunately it was still not. So this fight's going to be a bit tough. This is probably just going to come down to, I don't know, spamming Timer Balls and hoping for the best. Iron Man luck, I guess. Now, on the bright side, I still have about 20 minutes to catch this alpha. But on the downside, I've already been doing this for 40 minutes, so I really don't want to be doing it for another 20. Once again, a portrayal of how silly-willy the wild alpha AI is. He just keeps trying to Swords Dance. His attack is already maxed and has been for a while. He's still done, I think, 3 Swords Dances in a row at max attack. There's no reason to go for that. So he's pretty much just playing with his food at this point. Well, I guess 4th time's the magic. Okay, now thankfully, since I have that rock pushed over, that strength rock, it's not actually that long to get back to the location. I don't think these Geodudes helped enough. I'm gonna be super honest. I think they just are way too slow, take too much time, number 1, number 2, and then also just don't even make him slow enough. So instead, I'm gonna plop a Quick Claw onto the Parasect, and hopefully this shows you, even with 10,000 hours into the game, there's always a little extra micro efficiency, a little extra thing you can do every attempt. You can change something, you can learn every single fight, every single PVM fight, trainer fight, whatever it may be, alpha catch, whatever it may be, you can do a little thing extra each time to hopefully make things work. So I'm going to jump into this fight here, go for a Dragon Claw for around 50% chip, go over into the Blastoise, get 45%, get this thing down to red HP, and then try to bring in the Parasect and just cross my fingers and hope for the Quick Claw proc. And if it doesn't proc, I'll have to just do the same exact fight over and over again. And I think this will just become the strat from this point forward. Well, Quick Claw didn't proc. 5th time. All right, 5th attempt here. Once again, I need no crits. I specifically don't want crits. Ideally, I don't get it. If I go Declaw into Rock Smash after, the 50% chance of defense reduction should not matter. If I was going double Rock Smash, that actually would matter and could ruin the run, ruin that fight. So just another little small micro efficiency to iron out. Okay, in comes Parasect. There's a 25% chance that Weavile just clicks Swords Dance here, and I believe I forget what the percentage is. There's some percentage chance of Quick Claw activating here as well. Beautiful. There it is. Okay, I was pretty sure it's a decent chance on Quick Claw. Beautiful. Okay. Whew. There is the Spore. The Spore is done with. I can go ahead and... This is such a tough call. I could switch out in case it wakes up and allow myself to possibly get off another Spore, but it wastes a possible turn of catching. I think the ideal situation is to start trying to catch and just coming back to the fight once again if it wakes up and ice punches me, which please hopefully don't do after one turn. That would be so unbelievably sad. Sure, you get your boost from a failed catch. Absolutely. Okay. Ooh, he's still sleepy. This is also turn 10. There it is. Oh my goodness. Oh, for reference, this alpha literally took me, I think, about 50 minutes of IRL time. Oh, but it's so good. Yes, that's why we put the time into it. It's so good. 31 attack, 31 speed. Are you kidding me? The 2 perfect stats this Pokemon needs while also having Pickpocket. Yes. Oh, that's so good. Honestly, Gentle, I'll take. I'll find a way to use. I mean, that's fine. I'll use this. That's... Oh, I need to Eevee train that. That'll be a usable utility Pokemon. It was all worth that insane amount of efforts. 50 minutes to catch one alpha Pokemon. Whew. Back to the mundane payday pickup grind.
All right, but another beautiful week of live Iron Man progress begins, fellas, okay? And the first thing I'm doing is actually changing locations. I still am, like, focused on hunting for Moltres. That's my main focus right now, my main priority, okay? But I also have 19 upgrades, okay? I used a bunch of Ultra Balls in fights recently, but 36 Ultra Balls. I also have, let's just scroll through my items. We can actually see 11 Silk Scarfs, right? I have a fair bit of items from just staying at this location for a long period of time. And then obviously the Pokeyen as well. I'm up to 680k, almost 700k. Just payday pickuping on the way to a legendary Pokemon. It feels super, super nice. So I'm going to change locations. It's so important on an Iron Man account. On a main account, it doesn't really matter the items you get. You're just going to sell them no matter what, right? On a main account, or on an Iron Man account, changing locations to get specifically different item drops like extra leftovers, seeds, berries, things like that I can actually use in different meaningful ways is super relevant. So I'm going to switch up over to Pattern Bush above Sitz Island for a little bit. There's also better shiny locations over here. So there's things like Snorlax, there's things like Pinsir, Heracross, Metapods, Kakunas, Butterfrees, etc. Those kind of things. So I'm going to switch up to just payday pickuping. Same thing, different location up at Pattern Bush above Island 6. This is a great question. Pat, do you think a Pikachu for Discharge and Surf is needed on an Iron Man? A Pikachu with Discharge, Surf, and Sweet Scent is really, really good and is absolutely something I will hunt for on the Iron Man at a certain point. Like, it's very, 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 very important. It's a great question. Specifically because Pikachu is one of the few Pokemon that can have Sweet Scent and an AoE move to kill the hordes in one slot, right? So if I have Pikachu and then, like, a Fly Ocarina is or I could put Fly on Pikachu. If I put Fly on Pikachu and then have Discharge and Sweet Scent all on Pikachu, I can then Eevee train 5 Pokemon, right? Whereas if there was something else, like some other, if I was just using my my Blastoise, for example, right? If I'm just using my Blastoise, I have to have a Surf Pokemon, with him, aka him. I have to have a Teleport Pokemon, and then also a what's it called? Sweet Scent Pokemon. So 3 Pokemon take up 3 slots in my party. So if you can get a efficient, take 1 slot, yeah, it just allows you to train more Pokemon at once, which is crucial. So Pikachu is definitely one of the more powerful utility mons I'd want on this account eventually, but it's a really hard one to get, weirdly, because the, well, I guess Surf and stuff aren't. It's a little difficult to farm. Well, I'm not worried about it yet. That's like a hyper efficiency, like mid to end game Pokemon I'll worry about one day. Pikachu can fly? Yes. This is a good question. Have you spoke with the devs about adding an actual Iron Man mode? An Iron Man mode PvP pack would be awesome. I personally wouldn't want there to be an Iron Man PvP bracket, but I get what you're saying. I think part of the fun of the restrictive account is having to fight on the same playing field as others, even at the disadvantage. I think it's really, really important. However, you do bring up a good question, like talking to the devs about adding the mode. As of right now, I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I would make a forum post advocating for it. But hopefully, I think natural buzz and natural community involvement, the videos getting views, people creating Iron Man accounts, like the more people that create accounts where it's like iron, you know, tally, iron, like the word will spread naturally. And I think the word spreading naturally is so much more powerful than me DMing a dev on Discord, which everybody can do. They have, you know, they have open DMs. I think Rach does. But you shouldn't, you know, I don't like reaching out to the devs just to ask them for things. I think it's a little over. What the fuck? I'll thank you in a sec. Properly, Conrad. What the fuck? Okay, I'm getting distracted. I think natural buzz is always going to do a lot more and be a lot more beneficial and a lot more powerful than like, hey, can you like asking or something like that. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see where it goes. Yes, that's so lucky. Oh, it's so yes. Oh, that's so fucking sick. Yes, dude. Woo! Oh, that's so good. I've never been so hyped for a legendary. Usually on the main account, I'm like, oh, legendary, snooze. First legendary on the Iron Man. Yes, that's so good. It's good for raids. It's super important. We only had like 5 days left to get it. Whoo! Holy shit, boys. That's so good. It's so nice. Oh, do I fake out it? Does that kill? What are the odds? There's no way fake out kills, right? Do we count it? That's so cringe. Oh, it's so good. I'm not technician. I'm level 100. Does fake out kill, chat? Is that a Pidgey? Yeah, it's a Pidgey on fire. It's a reskinned Pidgey. Yeah. I'm gonna taunt, I guess. I'm scared that fake out will kill. Stalling turns is ideal. Fire Blast is gonna be. He does 40% to me. Stalling turns is ideal. I have this without Choice Band. Fake out doesn't kill. Can I go Persian here? Fake out kills. I could go Persian, but Persian's gonna do more damage, won't it? Because of the base stat, but it's no band. Actually, so tough. Okay. Do I have a Pokemon that I can hit this with without killing it? I can go Blastoise and like Rock Smash. That won't kill. There's no way. I am just going to stall. Do I need the taunt? Does it matter? I'm gonna sacrifice switch over to. I'm gonna sacrifice switch to. Bro is trying to fucking solar beam me. What the fuck? I mean, that's fine. I'm stalling turns right now to get to turn 11 for maximum timer ball catch rate. Is Pattern Bush the best place? It's not. It's just wherever you want to hunt is the best place. Pattern Bush is a cool spot for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go Blastoise. I feel like Rock Smash is gonna do like too little damage. It's something I'm worried about. We do 20%. We can defense drop as well. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. Now I'll do like 35%, I think, or 32% after the drop. Yep, count it, 34%. If we defense drop again, okay, we didn't. That's good. If we defense drop, it's 50% chance. If we defense drop twice there, I don't think I can actually Rock Smash here. If I crit, there's a chance I kill there. But if I happen to kill or I can't catch, if I can't catch this for whatever reason, it's mostly fine. Something I legit have to worry about is the PP. One of the main ways that legendaries kill themselves is by running out of PP and struggling to death. So I need to switch here, sacrifice, get over to Parasect. Hopefully Parasect should be able to outspeed here, but it's going to be close. If he Fire Blasts me, I might die, even though I'm this high level. If he Fire Blasts me, I'm going to have to revive. I'm going to have to use revives on my Parasect. Let's go for Spore. He does outspeed and he does one-shot. That's really bad. I was a little worried. Okay, I was a little worried about that situation happening, but it's okay. It's the only thing I really can do. I need to get a better catching Pokemon. The problem is getting a better catch Pokemon would take so long. Yeah, that's really unfortunate, but what are we going to do? getting on an Ironman account, getting a proper Catchmon for this fight would take so long that's not worth it. I have to just get the Moltres and then hopefully build it. And if we need to, the beauty is, now that I've encountered it, even if it kills itself, if it dies, if I kill it, yada, 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 right? I can't hard switch in. I feel like I've got to sacrifice something. The beauty is, if I can re-encounter it at a rate of 1 in 500. I don't know who knows that or what the... it's turn 12. I'm going to start throwing timer balls. I also bought 50 timer balls for this exact situation. Okay? For this exact situation. So now we can start trying to timer. But I'm going to... I also might even want to stall... Hilariously, I might want to go Blastoise here and try to stall for a little bit because Sun is up. Is that worth it? We go Persian. He's probably just spamming Fire Blast here. I can get Smeargles at a 100% catch rate, but it takes me a long time to actually get a good IV Smeargle, and then EV training and XP training would take minimum of like 5 hours. And that could be spent towards actually farming for Moltres. And then if I can't catch it, like in this situation, I can go back and get it at a rate of 1 in 500. So I'd rather like get Moltres rate lowered, and then if I get the rate lowered, then I can go make a Smeargle maybe now and then go for on the second catch, but I'm not worried about that right now. There's a lot of... Okay, we're just going to focus on the catch. I'm throwing timer balls to stall here. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring in Parasect whenever I can to hopefully go for a Spore. I wish I had Quick Claw. Having Quick Claw on here would have been better for sure. Sunlight fades. Do I want to go hard into Parasect here, risking the Fire Blast? I think it's my best bet. Yes, that's why it's my best bet. That's what, because he might click Solar Beam. Okay, beautiful. Now we can... Beautiful. Beautiful. Now it's really, really good. Now it's really, really, really good. Now it's so good. Hell yeah. Okay. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. So now he's Spored. I am going to go ahead and go for a False Swipe here, I think. Get it down to 1 HP. He has no recoil moves. He stays asleep. Beautiful. 1 HP, asleep Moltres, timer ball spam. Here we go. If he wakes up in Fire Blast, it's not great. Wakes up in Solar Beams, it's good. Wakes up in Sunny Day, it's somewhat fine. We'll have to see. Woke up. Air Slash. Parasect being 4 times that kills. That's so good. That's so lucky. That's so lucky. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. That's so lucky. That's so good, dude. That's so good. Hell yeah, dude. We timer 1 HP. The Iron Man luck is crazy, man. The Iron Man luck is crazy. Sometimes like, what do you do with legendaries? Moltres is a meta NU Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty, yeah, 13, but pretty meta. Moltres is meta in NU, as well as relevantly meta, as well as one of the best raid Pokemon on Fire Raid teams, which Fire Raid team is the most used raid team in PokeMMO. It's Fire teams and then Fighting type teams are the next two. I think he outspeeds me though, right? But no, I can play around this. I can, he outspeeds me. I can Hyper Potion here, take like no damage from this. Okay. Yep, take like no damage. And now go for a Spore. Or I could heal. If he goes for Fire Blast or Air Slash, I'm dead. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Battle chat tells you how many turns you're at. So I'm at turn 24 right now, for example. This might be a situation where I just throw some, where I might just throw some timer balls and hope for the best. I could like do more revives and try to get my Parasect back up. I think at this point, my Blastoise is so unkillable. I'm going to throw timer balls for a while and just hope that I eventually catch it. I can Hyper Potion. I should be pretty safe. I can Hyper Potion, throw timer balls. It's just a patience battle from here. Yeah, my biggest problem right now is that it's really low on PP. Like, I think it's almost out. It's turn 33. Fire Blast only has 5 PP. Sunny Day only has like 5, I think. Air Slash has the most. How much PP does Air Slash have? Do you know off the top of our heads? Can we even check in the... I don't know if you can check, actually. No, it does say... P15. It's turn 34. I think we're really, really low on PP. I think we might fail this catch, but that's okay. That's just... It's going to happen on the account sometimes. And it's going to lower the catch rate, which is the most important thing. I think we played this the best we could. Obviously, the better thing would have been having a fast Spore Pokemon to put it to sleep to increase the catch rate as well as stop it from using as much PP. That's the main thing. But now that we have it, right? What I can do from here is I can go ahead and get myself a Smeargle, get myself a faster catching Pokemon with Spore, or just a fast one with Spore, or even just like put like Scarf on this or something hilarious. Honestly, I have to get a Scarf for that Quick Claw. I can come back even stronger, and we'll finish it in the future. I think it's gonna take 2 attempts, chat. I think it's gonna struggle to death here very, very soon, and that's just the Iron Man, dude. I think it only has Air Slashes left. I think it's just gonna struggle itself to death. That is how an Iron Man goes, chat. You can only do what you can do. You can only control what you can control. Ugh. Yeah. What are you gonna do? It's just not even close to catching, which is so sad. I'm gonna go ahead and I kind of want to use a Match Revive here. Air Slash kills Parasect. I can revive on normal revive on Blastoise and live a fair bit. Let this go down, bring in Blastoise, and throw a few more timer balls. But this thing is very close to being out of PP. Very, 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 very close. Timer ball is the best. We used 21 timer balls so far on this thing. Ugh, it's just brutal, man. That's how legendaries go. Let's see. We're at turn 41. If Sunny Day is 5 PP, Fire Blast is 5. Solar Beam is also like 5. They purposefully give this thing low PP moves. And then Air Slash is 15. I think it struggles to death very soon. Like very, very, very soon. Oh, it's not even... Look at that. It's not even shaking. That's what's so painful. I'm not going to lie. The no shakes is painful. Solar Beam is 10 PP? Okay. The no shake is so... There it is. That's okay. It's gonna happen. Rest in peace, soldier. Gotta go for it again. That's how it goes. I did what I could do. From this point, I could try to find a Sporemon that outspeeds him. That's the main relevance here. I could go XP trade my Parasect. It sucks, but it was also somewhat expected. Let's go, there's a 1 speed IV. What's this thing? Speed 62. Oh, goodness gracious. Alrighty, I was using the Showdown Damage Calculator to calculate speeds, and it seems like my Parasect, due to its IVs and EVs, even with the nature, it's never going to be able to outspeed Moltres. I think I'd have to, like, get a new one from scratch. So, from here, chat, you know what we do? We got to get ourselves a catching Smeargle. It's finally time. A big upgrade on the account. We got to do it. We have about 5 days to get myself a catching Smeargle and then get back out there, do around 2 hours on average, maybe 2 to 3 hours of hunting for Moltres to get it back. We got to reclaim it. Another thing that we have to reclaim on the Iron Man, man. Whew. All right, step 1 of actually getting the Smeargle. I have to unlock the ability to catch the Smeargles, which I literally cannot do right now. So if you don't know, if I tried to head over to the location, which needs like surf and dive and stuff like that, we have those HMs, right? But I actually need a Whalmer pail, I believe, to water this Sudowoodo and then fight it to actually do that. So we have a lot of things to do before we can. So I have to go get the Whalmer pail, which I believe is over at Route 104 in Hoenn. So we're gonna head over there and see. It should be a decently easy thing to achieve, hopefully. I'm gonna take a wild guess that getting the Whalmer pail is somewhere over in this little cute house to the bottom left of Rustboro over at Route 104. I'm going to guess it's over here. Hello. Pretty pedal shop. Iron Petrowski. You know what? Teach me. Gonna give me a Whalmer pail? I'm just here for the pail, lady. I'm going to be honest. Nope. It's got to be one of these. It's got to be, right? You can have this. It's that easy. It's that easy, fellas. There we go. Whalmer pail achieved. Okay, I can go ahead and knock down this Sudowoodo. I thought about catching this one just for the Pokedex. The problem is I'm on kind of a time crunch, and I can just go catch these in the wild in a different way. I have to actually bind my Whalmer pail. I can go catch these in the wild in a different way, right? Doesn't light the Whalmer pail. Okay, I was like confused for a second. Okay, that works fine. I'm not going to catch this one because it's a gift Pokemon. It's going to be 15 IVs across. It can't be bred down for Bonsai. It's not worth my time right now. Even though I do love Sudowoodo as a Pokemon, I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to head down to this cave, head over to Smeargle, and start catching, boys. Sorry, Sudowoodo, not today, man. If you don't know, the Smeargle location is over here. You need someone to pop a Baby Repel is usually the... I don't have one. We'll just walk right over and take a bunch of encounters. Head to the east of Battle Frontier, hop around, use the Whalmer Pail on that Sudowoodo if you have not already. Hop down this waterfall and just head to the left, and eventually you'll reach the Smeargle Caves. 100% encounter rate for Smeargle here, which is beautiful for a guy like me who really needs to catch him on quickly. I have 5 days to catch one, breed one, create a good one, sketch the right moves onto it, EV train it, XP train it, and get it ready, and then go back to do more encounters for Moltres. So let's get to it. We got a lot of work to do. All right, here it is, Artisan Cave. I'm going to start running back and forth, try to find myself some Smeargles. Hopefully they don't outspeed me too brutally. Now, what's important is that wild Smeargles only have one move, okay? They only have Sketch, and they're going to Sketch the first move that you throw out. So if I False Swipe, his fail because he's actually slower or faster than me, so that's kind of funny. But, oh no, I realized the problem. This is an Iron Man problem, dude. If I was on a main account, I could just go buy a Smeargle that was faster, could catch these easier. I'm going to have to Spore turn one, and then if they wake up, they're going to struggle to death. It's good. Even, dude, this Parasect speed, not only is it hurting my Moltres problem, it's hurting the solution to the Moltres problem. Well, see you guys after a bunch of Smeargles catches. Dust Ball is going to be the best ball here. Apparently, it has about an 88% catch rate. Someone count it. So it should be pretty high. It's going to be expensive to use Dust Balls here, but this is why I farmed all that Poke-Yen. This is what it's for. I don't want to skimp here. I want the better catch rate. All right, there's our first Smeargle catch. It was a tough one, honestly. What we're looking for is we're looking for Adamant, Lonely, or Naughty Nature, and we're looking for 20 plus in attack and speed. The speed's going to be super relevant. Even something like this, I honestly maybe could go try to breed this right now. The problem is getting that nature is going to be tough, so I'm going to try to catch a few Smeargles to give myself a few different opportunities and a few different ways to which I could actually properly breed one up. Whew, that's a pretty good catch. The problem is it's a male Smeargle, so I either need a Ditto or a female Smeargle to breed it. But that is 29 attack, 31 speed, and the defenses are amazing. The IVs on this are phenomenal. I just need... Oh, this is tough. I just need a... I cannot breed this with a female in the same egg group. It has to be with a Smeargle or a Ditto. I don't have a way to catch Dittos right now. I need the Smeargle with safety goggles so I can catch Dittos. Oh, this is a whole thing. Catching Dittos is way harder than I realized as well on this account. I've got to be able to use this for something. I just need to get nature on it. I have to get nature on it. It's nature is so important. But that is a very good catch. Very good start. And then we get a 31 attack one with 20. Okay, my Smeargle luck on the catches have been really fucking crazy. That's really good. Now they're both male, so I need proper breeders for them. But that's amazing. That's very good. Yeah, so I might need to buy a Lagging Tail with BP. I think you can thief it off of Onyxes. I don't know the catch rate. Maybe that's better. The reason I need a Lagging Tail is an item that makes the Pokemon holding it slower. The reason I need a Lagging Tail, actually, does Macho Brace do the same thing? Macho Brace might be what I need, actually. Lower speed. I need an item that lowers the Pokemon's speed so I can properly sketch moves onto these Smeargles that I'm catching, right? To sketch moves, you usually want to be in a double battle, like a double trainer fight, and I want my Parasect to outspeed the Smeargles, which is tough to do, obviously. So what I would do is I would go ahead and put like a Lagging Tail or a Macho Brace on the Smeargle, do a double battle, and then go ahead and like false swipe one of the Pokemon in the double battle, and then use the slower sketch from the Smeargle on the Parasect, and that would sketch the move. So you have to make sure that your Smeargle is slower when trying to sketch moves on a Pokemon. So that is it's a weird thing that I might need to end up buying a Lagging Tail with BP, which I don't know if any other account in Pokemon history has ever done, which is really funny. All right, that is our first trip of Smeargles done. Let's go ahead and see how many I caught and see if I can work together a breed out of the ones I've already caught and just go from there. And then see if I need to get a Lagging Tail or like what the best play with that's going to be. Chat, I just realized something. To breed the Smeargle that I need, I have to go farm Everstones. I don't have any Everstones. I can't breed the nature that I need. I can't just buy them off the GTL. I have to go farm something else to then be able to farm something, to then be able to breed it, to then be able to Eevee train it, to then be able to XP train it, to then be able to go catch Moltres. Just Iron Man things. Okay, Iron, by the way, I'm gonna go prep for Everstone farming. Now, if I were really turbo nerd efficient, what I would do is I would actually go farm a like Frisk Thief Pokemon or like breed a Frisk Thief Pokemon right now. But I don't really want to do that, nor can I really do it well. Instead, I'm just gonna go either see if I have a Thief TM or go buy a Thief TM. Yup, go buy a Thief TM over in Unova, put it on my Meowth over the Toxic, and then go ahead and go Thief. Go Rock Smash and go for a few Thieves and hopefully just get a Everstone after a while, or a few Everstones hopefully. If you try to go farm a first Thief Pokemon, there'll be a new problem. Dude, playing an Iron Man account is kind of like buying a house without doing any house inspection. So you just like slow. Oh, the basement's flooding. Oh, the pipes are fucked. Oh, there's mold in the attic. Like, oh, there's bats that live. You just discover all these new problems and you're just constantly trying to like patch the problems. And then eventually, one day, a lot of the problems will be patched. And it will feel amazing, and you'll have a fully built mansion, okay? That's the goal on the Iron Man account. Let's go get ourselves a, someone mentioned a Covet TM. Can I actually learn Covet? Is it a, wait, let's see. There's no TM for it. Maybe Thief is just easier because it's a TM. Let's see. Where's Covet on this Pokemon? Don't see it as a TM. How do you learn it? Can I learn? Tutor. To tutor it, I would need a certain, like, amount of, like, red or yellow shards. I would need a certain amount of shards and then also silt, which I do have the silt scarves, but I definitely don't have the shards. I'm going to buy a Thief TM. Covet is technically worth it because it's like stab, but the damage isn't really going to matter. I should do enough damage. I should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just pick myself up a Thief TM, boys. Boom. There it is. Get ourselves over to rock smashing as soon as possible. I only have 5 days until, not here. Only have 5 days until this Moltres is gone. This is a great question. If I miss Moltres this month, it does not return for another 3 months. They rotate monthly, right? So I'd have to wait. It's May right now, which has Moltres. June has Articuno, and then July has Zapdos. I'd have to wait until August to go for Moltres again with a Fire Raid Pokemon. Okay, we got an item. We got an item. What is it? What is it? We just... Oh, the Amber! I mean, if I... That's the rarer item, but hilariously, I don't want that right now. Okay, we thiefed another item. You would not believe... It's a dome fossil. Stop giving me the good items. I need the dumb Everstone. I'm getting the better, rarer, more expensive items for a main account. This is actually taking so much longer than I expected. Yeah, so interestingly, I will be farming, like late game, I will be farming Everstones in a massively different way. The best strat's going to become using a Frisk Thief Pokemon on hordes, like ×5 hordes of Geodudes and Gravelers. That's going to be my best chance of getting pure Everstones. Now, doing that, I won't have a chance for fossils, but I will get good... Okay, relevant items still. Please give me something good there. Give me a hard stone. That's the worst one. That's okay. Yes! Okay. Oh my god. You have no idea how tilting this was. How frustrating. Why was this the most difficult Everstone I've ever achieved in PokeMMO? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. All the chat was backseating me like crazy over this. I was just getting unlucky. This took like an hour or like 40 minutes maybe. This was way... And we got a hard stone. Okay. We got one Everstone. I would like to maybe get one or two more to actually be able to like effectively finish this breed. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need multiple to have to do it. So I'm going to aim for like one more Everstone, but I might even just, we'll see if we leave early or maybe head back to Smeargles to go for a catch to where I don't have to do double Everstone breed. We'll have to see. Man, that is much harder than having the Pokien to buy the braces. I thought that the Pokien to buy the braces was the most difficult part of breeds on the Iron Man account. I was so wrong. Wow. I think having Everstones and having those kind of items are going to be way more time consuming and difficult than just the Pokemon to buy the braces. Wait, that was a relevant pickup. I just got a charcoal as a pickup item just from this location. That's actually relevant. I actually need that for tutors, number one. For number two, I need it for the Jimmy Run team. For a beginner Jimmy Run team, I can do like one choice specs, one charcoal. I actually needed that. That's huge. Hell yeah. Good item to pick up. That's why it's good to like pick up in Payday and just be at different locations around the world for with the Meowth. All right, there's an alpha in home. We're gonna go take a break from the Everstone Farm. We're gonna try to catch that. I've been getting so many. It's funny. I had to re-sign up in my own Discord for the alpha, Pheno, and Swarm roles. If you don't know, in my Discord, you can like sign up for these roles, and basically get pinged whenever there's a spawn. I haven't been signed up for those roles in a really long time. It's kind of hilarious. That might be an alpha Ditto. That would be amazing, but a pretty difficult catch. Oh, man. That might be the best. For those who don't know, Alpha Ditto is the best. Wait, why are they blocking the PC? Hello? Move! Alpha Ditto is the best alpha catch by far. You can breed with any Pokemon. Keep that, keep that alphaness. It's a really... I'm going to get a 2x31 Ditto, possibly. Alpha Exploud? No! Is it actually Exploud? There was a chance it was Ditto. That was almost amazing. All right, here's the Alpha Exploud. I'm hoping for a male. I don't think hidden ability Exploud is like relevant, or Exploud in general is relevant, sadly. Cool Pokemon, really cool design, as you can see. I'm hoping for a male so I can get a breeder here. I think it's like a field. Is it field? Maybe even monster field? It's female. That's okay. We can still use it to like prep a breed in the future. This will also get Exploud in our Pokedex if I can catch this. This will be a really difficult catch. I'm pretty sure this thing hits pretty hard. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, the Exploud already wiped me once, okay? We have new strategies to employ, though. Ones that I've deployed previously in this episode, I believe, but not on stream. So here's the live unveiling of these strats. I've started to, because my Parasect is so slow and I need that Smeargle so poorly, so badly, I've started to use bulldoze sturdy Pokemon to lead against certain alphas or certain fights to allow myself to go ahead and lower the opponent's speed to give my Parasect a greater chance of outspeeding. Now I should have put a Quick Claw on it, unfortunately. I did forget that, but this should make this catch significantly easier. So we're gonna get at least -3 speed on this thing. And Exploud is decently slow. This -3 speed might make it so my Parasect can actually outspeed. So now we're at turn 7. He's -4 speed. I need to still burn a few turns. I need to do damage to him. I'm going to bring like my Garchomp here and try to chip him down a fair bit. Hit him with like I think D-Claw, I'm a little scared might kill. I don't think it will actually. Yeah, D-Claw is 37%. Okay, beautiful. So I can throw off 2 D-Claws and then bring in something else, chip him down, and then bring in the Parasect and hopefully outspeed at this point, and then go for Timer Balls as per usual. Okay, so I actually want to die here. I need to burn a turn. And I don't want to throw a Pokeball because then that will cause other problems. What I need to actually buy like baby potions on this account so I can have those to like burn turns. I'm going to go ahead and use this dire hit just to burn a turn, let him KO me so I can then safely bring in my Fake Out Meowth, go for the Fake Out, do 10% chip damage that I need, and then set up the Parasect coming in. All right, moment of truth, -4 speed. Do I outspeed this thing? Yes. Okay. Huge. I'm so happy to see that. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So now I'm not even going to false swipe, I don't think. I'm just going to go ahead and go for a Timer Ball. It's turn 13. We have max catch rate. We're in a good position. Come on, Exploud. Work with me here. Beautiful. Beautiful. That strategy's employed. Another alpha caught. I've caught like 5 or 6 alphas now on this account, which is amazing. And the IVs are terrible. That's okay. That's what you gotta do. You gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. Does that analogy really work here? Not quite. Alrighty, fellas. I think the bad news is, / the funny news, I really don't have the resources right now to catch Ditto. That would be the ideal situation here, is to go catch Dittos. I think given my lack of Everstones, my lack of just resources in general, I think my best bet is to just go catch more Smeargles. As weird as it is, I'm gonna go buy more Dust Balls and just try to catch more Smeargles. I need more Smeargles with good nature, more with good 20+ attack and speed. It's just gonna make this whole thing a lot easier. So we're gonna go over to Unova, pick up more Dust Balls, and go back to farming more Pokemon. No, this is a great point to bring up, Brewski. You said, why don't you use Magikarps to farm Dittos? And the honest answer is, okay, using Magikarps to farm Ditto used to be a strat a long time ago, but it doesn't actually make the catch rate any better, right? So it's just like makes the catch easier, but it takes longer. And on a main account, when you're catching for profit, that like is really bad. It's not worth it, right? On an Iron Man account, where it doesn't really matter how long the catch takes. It matters to some extent, but like if you just get the catch, that's what matters. That makes Magikarp farming Dittos way more effective. Let's go try that. That actually sounds like really, really fun. Even if I just ditch it and head over to Smeargle and, it's whatever. But like, yeah, this used to be the strat on main accounts, but it was just so inefficient. this might actually be good on an Iron Man account, hilariously. So what you do is you lead with the Carp. We're going to lead this. We don't like get into a encounter we can't run away from. Or I'm sorry, you wouldn't even lead. What you would do is I would go ahead and lead with Meowth like this, right? Head over to the Ditto spot. Run back and forth until you get a Ditto encounter. And then when you get a Ditto encounter, you switch over to the Magikarp. He transforms into the Magikarp. I shouldn't have to Smoke Ball. We don't need to run. We just need to switch. We can always switch Pokemon, right? So we switch over to the Carp. Let him transform. On a main account, this would not be worth it because it takes so much time, right? But on an Iron Man, this is the legitimate way which I can farm Dittos. This was a really good call from chat. This is genius, dude. This makes it possible for me to farm Dittos, whereas previously I could not. So here's one of our first Ditto catches on the... I think I've caught one more before this, but our second Ditto catch, like at the actual Ditto spot. That's really fucking cool to see, man. Yeah, if normal Ditto farming is like 38 to 42 Dittos an hour, it wouldn't surprise me. I bet you guys that this is like 15 Dittos per hour. This is not a strat that I'd want to do long term, but it's a cool option. It's really glad. I'm really happy to have it. Like, Dittos are that powerful. Being able to breed something again like that and just reset the gender, yeah, there's so many powerful things here. This is honestly so worth it to get a few Dittos. That's a pretty good Ditto catch. That's actually not for the Smeargle situation, but 27 plus in 4 stats. All this needs is nature plus the speed IV. This is going to be a beautiful, this will be a beautiful breeder one day. Good catch there. Dude, I appreciate that, German. Yeah, good progress today. Moltres, Smeargles, Dittos. We've done a lot of things on stream today. We've also only been live for a few hours. We've gotten a lot done, dude. It's been pretty crazy. Yo! What are these catches? It's lonely. Yo, I might be done. I can. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, I might be done. I think I can breed that with a. I think I can breed that. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I think that might be. I might be done. I think that Ditto might be what I need to finish the Smeargle. This Smeargle thing is driving me crazy. That might be what I need. It's lonely. It's 31 speed. I think I might be done. That might be the exact. That might be the exact Ditto I needed. It's 20 plus in every other stat. Let's go check it out. Okay, so here, here's the Ditto, and here's my 2 Smeargles, okay? What I would do here, I don't need this one. I want this one. What I would do is I would go ahead and just Everstone the Lonely Nature here. Everstone the Lonely Nature. Attack Brace the 29. Attack IV Smeargle. Go through the breed, and it should be good. That should be good. Man, that was tough. But I think we're done. I think we're done. All right, here's the one Everstone that I have. Man, it hurts. I'm not going to lie. It hurts to get rid of it. I got to do some Everstone farming at some point and figure out what's going on there. Yeah, the 31 speed IV will pass over. Here's the attack person on the Smeargle. Let's go to the old man, see what this looks like. Need speed too? No. They're both 31. It passes over 100%. Here, watch. Boom. 31 speed, 29 attack, 20 plus in all the defenses. The HP might even high roll. We'll see. Lonely Nature. Beautiful. This is the Smeargle that I wanted. The Smeargle of my dreams. Let's just go ahead and breed it. It is done, fellas. Now we just have to do all the Eevee training and XP training for it to actually get it ready. And then sketching. We're not totally done, but that is a massive start to a massive Iron Man goal, dude. Actually getting a proper catching Pokemon on this account, and that'll put me closer to the Breloom as well. That's huge. The Smeargle is hatched, fellas. Let's see if the HP... We medium rolled the HP. I'm super okay with that. 31 speed, 29 attack. I'll take this. This is a beautiful Smeargle. This is what I need. It's time to go Eevee train. We have a name for it as well. Tally Artist. There you go. Woo! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. I'm going to head over to Kanto. We have some attack Eevee training to do. We can Eevee train multiple Pokemon at once. There's a Wigglytuff Swarm. Do I want to catch that? Probably not. I probably don't care, but sure. Did I high roll the Spadef? I think everything was like 20, supposed to be 20 plus, but I didn't see that. It's 29. That might be a high roll. You might be right. Good call. Good eye. Let me put away the Slugma and the Wingull, so we're flown here now. I can go ahead and grab... my Weavile is a big one. I can grab my Weavile and start attack and speed Eevee training this, or even HP Eevee training it, honestly, and have that as a proper pickpocket mod. So that'll be useful in the future. And then I think other than that, I don't know if I have a whole lot else that needs attack and speed Eevee training. Maybe one of the carps that I always have sitting around for future storyline runs. Like this one that's naive, sure. Or this one. Let's try this one. So we're going to SP train the new beautiful Smeargle, the Weavile, and the Magikarp. Okay, chat brought up a good point. I actually need to go ahead and use my sketches now. So Smeargle will try to learn sketch every 10 moves at like level 11, 21, 31, etc., right? I just wasted one, unfortunately, but it's okay. You have a ton more. I'm going to get it to level 100 for sure. Now, I do want to go ahead and sketch moves on the Smeargle while it's slow, while it's still, while it's still low level. Because I need the Parasect to actually outspeed it. So I'm going to go grab so I can properly sketch moves, and I'll show you what I mean here in a quick sec. So I'm going to go grab that Parasect that I was talking about, put these two mons that I'm Eevee training over in the PC just for a quick sec. Go grab that Parasect, go grab my fly Pokemon, and go buy a Focus Sash, I think. We'll have to see. I'll have to figure this out. Okay, I have a strategy in mind. I'm going to go ahead and we have to sketch our first move on this thing or else we'll start losing them. So I have a strat in mind. I'm going to pop a Repel here, honestly. I don't want to have to deal with I just don't want to deal with the encounters right now. So we're heading back over to Artisan Cave. Fun fact. Back over to Smeargle. Okay, and you'll see why here in a quick sec. I have Quick Claw on my Parasect, so there's only a... What's the chance of Quick Claw? Is it 50%? 30%? Something like that. There's only a chance of this working, but it's the only way I can do this, okay? So here we go. Let's go ahead and XP share off of that. Do I actually need... No, I think this will work. This should work. This should work. Let's run back and forth until we get an encounter. Okay. Now, I need to get my Quick Claw proc for this to work. If this doesn't work, I'll see you guys when I get that proc, because we're going to keep shooting for it. Ball Swipe. It's that easy. We're that skill-based. So we Quick Claw, False Swipe. He sketches the False Swipe, and now I can bring in my Smeargle because False Swipe can't kill me, as it can only hit me down to 1 HP. So now I can bring in my and successfully sketch False Swipe, guaranteed. Beautiful. There we go. So that's our first move sketched on our Smeargle. And now we just run. We don't need to catch it. Beautiful. Now he learns the next sketch move at level 21. So I'm going to go back to Eevee training him over at Attack at Nidorino for a little bit longer. Get him to 21 and we'll teach him Spore. All right, there is our sketch on our Smeargle. Now I just need... We're going to actually head over to... do one more encounter here. We're going to head over to Unova in a quick sec, do a low-level double battle over in some dark grass, and hopefully get a nice little Spore sketch off. Can we get a Dex check? Absolutely. That's a good question. 101 caught OT Pokemon. 101. 102 O2 owned. How is one owned but not OT on the Iron Man? That's so funny. It's the Hitmontop. I was like legit concerned. I was like, wait a minute, am I a fraud? It's the Hitmontop PvP reward. It does not count as OT. I didn't know that. That's actually like really... Okay, good to know. That's interesting. Alrighty. Okay, here it is. Huge. Okay. We got the double encounter. I have to lock in for a sec. It shouldn't be too hard. I just need to Spore one of them. Shouldn't matter which. The problem is, I think I should be safe. Sketch my Parasect. Fade down! Okay, I was a little... That's fine. We should be fine. It's really annoying, but we should be fine. We should be fine. We should be fine. They won't have access to Fake Out here. Now, it slows me down by 1 turn. Not a big deal. We Spore again on the Purloin this time and sketch the Parasect again. We Quick Claw, sure. We should be good here. Spore both, and then while they're asleep, sketch. Yeah. Here we go. Beautiful. And that's how you do it. A False Swipe Spore Smeargle is now created. That's huge, man. Now I can freely... The other moves I'll just worry about in the future. For now, I can just Eevee train this thing, XP train it to almost level 100, and we're this much closer to the Moltres. All right, there is the attack Eevee training done on the Smeargle. I'm going to head over to Lai Noon over in Hoenn and get working on the speed. Or actually, You know what? It's kind of funny. It's better XP. Let's do it. I'm going to head over to Rapidash in Unova. If I happen to get my first shiny as a Rapidash on this account, that's just poetic, dude. We got to risk it. All right, this is the final horde for Speed Eevee. There we go. 252 Speed Eevees. The Smeargle is done, boys. Eevee training. Now we have to XP train it. So, time to fly over to Battle Frontier and live there for the next probably 3 to 4 hours. By the way, quick little update. 10,000 encounters. Our first 10,000 encounters on the account. Let's go for 10,000 more. Okay, I have one more thing that I want to do today on stream. I want to go ahead and try to sketch one last move on Smeargle so that then I can go ahead and XP train him and not worry about, like, make sure I get that fourth move as a sketch. I want to get Soak on this guy. I want him to be an effective catching Pokemon first things first, and then other stuff secondarily. I want it to be False Swipe, Spore, Soak. That's the benefit of Smeargle, is they can have that Soak move. So I'm going to head over to, I think, Evergrande City over here and do a little bit of fishing in Hoenn, and I'm going to attempt to catch a Love Disc. I'm going to try to get a Love Disc with Soak, and then I have to sketch the move onto it. Now, I know that I can put a Macho Brace on Smeargle. He's currently 178 speed, okay? I can put a Macho Brace on Smeargle, and that will have his speed. So I'll actually take it from 178 divided by 2 down to 89 speed. So we should be able to... Love Disc is a pretty fast Pokemon naturally. I think you could encounter them here, if I'm not mistaken. I could go on Della Bay, but I don't have that location unlocked yet in Unova. I'm going to try to do this for the time being. Try to find a Love Disc with Soak and see even what level they earn, or what level they learn Soak at. Ooh, our first hard skill on the account. We'll take it. A nice little 31 IV on this as well. Let me check. This thing is 71 speed. It does not have access to Soak. When does it get Soak? This thing gets Soak level 42. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take that hard skill. Hell yeah. I'm going to go ahead and essentially go Speed Eevee train this Love Disc for a little bit. XP train it up to level 42, and then we can sketch that move onto it. All right, here's level 42 on the Love Disc. This should teach him the Soak move. Beautiful. And I have a new, easier way that I'm going to do this as opposed to doing the double battle strat. I'm going to go back to Smeargle's. I feel like it's just easier. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like it'll be a lot easier. So let's just go over to Hoenn, go over to Smeargle, teach this bad boy Soak. All right, we're back over here at Smeargle Cave. I'm going to go ahead and whip out the Love Disc. Hopefully, I should outspeed here. I'm pretty fast compared to Smeargle, I believe, base stat speed, so I should be good. I'm going to Soak the Smeargle, the wild Smeargle. He's going to sketch my own Soak. I'm going to go over, switch to my Smeargle, and then sketch the Soak that is being used by the wild Smeargle that sketched it for my Pokemon, if that makes sense. This is just a funny strat to be able to learn really any move without a double battle. There's a lot of... Sketching Smeargle is just complicated. There's a lot of ways to do it. Sketchception, yeah, this is just how I'm going to do it. There we go. False Swipe, Spore, Soak. This is now a beautiful, beautiful catching Smeargle. It'd be cool down the road to give it a fourth move, but that fourth move is so optional. It could be Sweet Scent, it could be Fly, it could be Surf, it could be Teleport. Like, that's the beauty of Smeargle. There's a lot of different things I could put there. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to go finish HP training him up to level 100 and get back over to that Moltres Hunt as soon as I can.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's such a fucking crazy catch.
Alrighty, and with this final horde right here, I'm going to go ahead and get myself a level 100 Smeargle. There it is. I will be able to use this bad boy for thousands of hours on the account. This is going to be a massive upgrade. It's False Swipe, Spore, Soak. If you don't know, Soak is often used to turn ghost types into water types so that you can go ahead and False Swipe them, because normally you can't False Swipe a ghost type. And the same is true with grass types like Bulbasaur. If you're catching Bulbasaurs or certain grass types, you can Soak them from a grass type, turn them into a water type. That allows you to Spore them. So it's a great way to just allow yourself to catch more difficult Pokemon for catching. So whew, there we go. A beautiful catching Smeargle ready to go on the Iron Man. Only it took me 129 hours played. Not too shabby. All right, in other news, the PvP rewards did change. These do change, I believe, every 2 weeks, so bi-weekly, right? So here is a gift Spirit Tomb. That is the new reward. Hilariously, utility Spirit Tomb is kind of a thing. High-level Spirit Tombs are mostly used to protect yourself against certain takedown Pokemon, or like Final Gambit, Basculin, certain shinies that can KO themselves. You actually want to use Spirit Tomb, or like, yeah, certain things like that. So high-level ghost types can be really beneficial. However, I don't think I'm going to go for this. I'm going to be super honest. Maybe I'll go for like the Nuggets or the Twisted Spoons or something like that, but PvP has just not felt fun this season. So until I believe June comes to a close, right now it's May, until June comes to a close, which every 3 months the seasons actually change, which this will change the sets that are active right now in randoms. Until that happens, until the end of June, I don't see myself wanting to grind randoms unless the reward is really, 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 really good. There also is a Tyranitar reward over in OU, and then a Honchkrow reward in NU. Porygon Z in UU doubles as Garchomp. That's really amazing, but getting a doubles team would be way too difficult on the Ironman right now. So those we'll have to work towards in the future. We're pretty far from queuing up for constructed PvP, unfortunately, but it's a big goal to work towards. It makes sense. Now, I'm going to save reclaiming that Moltres for on-stream tomorrow, so I'm not going to go do any payday pickupping in Unova right now. I'm probably actually going to go ahead and go grab my Meowth and do some thiefing over either at Undella Bay for some possible heart scales, or maybe even go grind some Geodudes. I think getting some Everstones honestly might be the best thing I could do right now. So you know what? That sounds great. Let's go farm Geodudes, farm some Everstones, and stuck up on that item because that was a pain in the butt to get today on the fly. Alrighty, I ended up getting one Everstone, but I've got to find a better way to farm these. I'm actually over at Rock Tunnel right now, as you can see, doing ×3 hordes of Geodude. Now, the one Everstone I got was from Rock Smash. When you're Rock Smashing, you have a chance for fossils, which is really cool on the account, but not really necessary. But I can just come over here and do these ×3 hordes. But to do them effectively, I need two things. Number one, I need a pickpocket Pokemon, which I actually already have. And then number two, I need a Frisk Pokemon. That I don't have. Now, a Frisk Pokemon, Frisk is an ability you can put on certain Pokemon or certain Pokemon will have, where it will warn you if the opposing Pokemon in the fight, one of them has an item. So I can straight up see before entering the fight if one of the Geodudes has an item. And then if it does, I can switch over to my pickpocket Weavile, let the Geodudes hit the Weavile a little bit. I would also go ahead and put Thief on this Weavile as well to sort of help out afterwards thiefing. Let the Weavile tank some attacks, throw off any thieves afterwards until I get an item, and then leave the fight. So I think that's going to be the strat. So the thing I need to do this is a high-level Frisk Pokemon. Ideally, a good Frisk Pokemon would be relevant too, and maybe I'll try to get a decent one, but it doesn't need to be amazing. I'll get back to you guys when I sort of discover what Pokemon I want to go for, number one, and how that journey starts. And I think I want a Dusknoir / a Dusclops / a Duskull. So the best thing I'm going to want to do, I don't need to trade, I can just use the Reaper Cloth. So if I want a Dusknoir, I'm going to need to go try to catch myself some wild Duskulls and hope for decent stats. I'm looking for 20 plus HP, 20 plus defense, and 20 plus Spadef. That's mostly it. High attack or decent attack would be nice, but I'm probably going to be so high level versus mon, it's fine. I really just need to be able to take a fair bit of damage and be tanky. It's honestly the main thing on a Pokemon like this. If I was on like a Bayonet, it'd be a little different, but I'm just looking to be a tanky boy that can frisk and check if they have the items. So I'm going to head over to Mount Pyre over in Hoenn, and it's kind of beautiful because now I can actually go ahead and do what I was talking about, use that soak on those ghost Pokemon. This is why I created this exact Smeargle. So I'm going to head over there, head over to Mount Pyre, use my newfound soak Smeargle to catch myself some Duskulls and hopefully get something decent, and I can go catch Dittos in that kind of scuffed way that I was doing earlier if I need to rebreed them in any way, because Chaos Egg Group Pokemon are kind of difficult to get, and that's exactly what Duskull is. All right, a silly willy mistake I didn't realize, I guess, until I was already here grinding over at Mount Pyre for a fair bit, is that Duskull or Dusknoir, rather, I guess both of them, they only get Frisk as a hidden ability. I realized it too late, so I actually don't have access to any sort of prismatic pearls, obviously. I don't have access to any sort of hidden ability, a Duskull right now to actually breed it, so I have no way to get this right now. So the only Frisk Pokemon I can get over in this location is Bayonet. So I'm just going to go ahead and focus on that. I have went ahead and caught a few Shuppets, and although I'm going to want to use a Frisk Pokemon a ton in the future, I don't know if right now my time is best spent trying to get a really good Frisk Pokemon, if that makes sense. It's a Pokemon that I don't really need crazy good stats on. I think I'd rather just go ahead, maybe when I'm like Sinnoh, Fossil Farm, and Shore, but I think I'd rather just go ahead and like Eevee train and just XP train up a decent or even mediocre Frisk Pokemon just to have one to get a few Everstones flowing, because that's been a huge stopgap for me recently, and having a few Everstones is just, I gotta have them to breed other Pokemon, to breed other things. So if I can get that, dam broken down a little bit and get a few Everstones going, then it's going to help the progress in all other areas in the account. I don't need to perfect everything just to move on to the next step, if that makes sense. This is definitely just another one of those growing pains and lessons while playing the Iron Man. It's crazy. I always say, I played this game for over 9,000, 10,000 hours. Playing an Iron Man has taught me so much. It's reminded me of so much. It's making me have to use my brain a bit more and dig deep into parts of the game that I haven't really worried about in a very long time. And it's been really exciting and really rewarding to have to do that. But I think this should be fine for now. 31 attack Jolly, it's honestly kind of an interesting one. Frisk, that might be the one that I use. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and head back down through this place, head back all the way down to the bottom floor, head back over to the PC, and see what Pokemon might be the Frisk one that I can actually use. Or I think I could actually go ahead and sort by the Frisk ability. So I went ahead and grabbed every single Frisk Pokemon, put them over here. I'm going to go ahead and search for 20 plus in all the defenses. And unfortunately, none of them have that. I didn't catch that many, so it makes sense. That would be super, super lucky if I did, get that. I did hilariously catch a really good Dustball before I realized. Let me actually go show you guys that really quick. I caught a really, really good Dustball before I realized that that wasn't going to be the species I was going to be able to use. And yeah, here it is. 2 times 31 in HP and defense Dustball. That is like the exact IVs that I need. I want maximum HP, maximum defense. That's best case scenario on something like this. Honestly, maybe I could just go ahead and skip the special defense for now, since most of the time when you're frisking, you're frisking like fossil Pokemon like Geodudes, Gravelers, things like that. But then this guy has really good stats, 25 plus HP, 25 plus defense, but not the correct nature. If I had a Ditto perhaps with those stats, and then like a bold nature or relaxed nature, maybe that would work. Let's see. This one is sassy. It has all those others. I don't want to waste that Ditto here. Not quite what I'm looking for. I do have a bold Ditto. Let's see. Bold Ditto 25 plus HP. I'd have to use my one Everstone that I farmed to breed this Shuppet. I don't think that's worth it. At that point, I'd rather just go ahead and either not breed a better one or just go ahead and go try to catch another one. Just go back to farming. And I think that's just what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm quite ready to go ahead and just XP train, EV train one of these. I think they are a little too bad. I don't want to have to think too long term, but these are not really operational in my opinion. So I want one at least usable. We're going to head back to Mount Pyre, do a little more farming. Well, after a few more hours of farming, and now that it's 12:18 a.m., I finally got myself the perfect Frisk Pokemon, okay? It's lax nature, which is not usually ideal, but it raises my defense, and my SPDEF is mostly irrelevant, so I will happily take it. It has 31 HP, 29 attack, 27 defense, and then the SPATAC is mostly irrelevant as well, and the other 2 stats are, once again, mostly irrelevant. These are the main 3 stats that I need here, so this is exactly what I was looking for. Now, I just need to go eventually EV train this Pokemon and XP train it. I went ahead and nicknamed it Frisk King so I don't forget. I'm going to move it over to my account box, and I'm going to have to specifically EV train this thing, and I think I'm going to go bulky. I think I'm going to go ahead and go 252 HP EVs and 2v2 defense, which is not stats that I've trained so far this episode, so it'll be cool to figure out some spots for that and really lock in and focus up on that. So that will be a tomorrow task. For now, I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next live stream where I will be reclaiming Moltres, and maybe afterwards, if we have the extra time, training up a new utility Pokemon. All right, we are back for another beautiful day on the Iron Man. Today, we are 1000% reclaiming the Moltres, okay? That's what today is all about. Now, I have a secret little backup plan in case we complete that early, but let's just get to it. We have a legendary fire chicken to achieve, fellas. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that. That's actually so good. Okay. Someone in chat, another fellow Iron Man, pointed out Toxic Orb is a reward for randoms PvP this season. Oh man, that actually would be so huge to get that for free. You can either, other than PvP, it's crazy how good PvP rewards are for Iron Man. Other than winning it from this as an Iron Man, the other 2 options for getting one are buying it with BP, or, which is, you don't want to, BP is so precious on Iron Man, you really don't want to waste that. Or you can technically farm, I believe Mucks have a chance of holding them. However, it's really low. Like, it's like, I think 1% or less. It's like a really low chance. I believe they have a chance, if I'm not mistaken. But there's a reason why they're so expensive, is because they're not like common to find, you know? For reference, toxic orbs on the GTL cost, well, they've gone down. These be like 80k, now like 60k. But it's a tough item to get for sure. Maybe I'll grind a little bit of randoms and just see how it feels, see if it's fun. But I just really didn't have fun this season once again, obviously. Yo, can I quickly say, it's been really wholesome. People have been chatting it up in the Iron Man team, bro. Also, we're up to 51 members now, which is crazy. How fast people have joined. How many people have created Iron Man accounts is wild. Once again, if you want to join, try to hit me up on a live stream and let me know your IGN. And dude, people have been talking strategies. Like Iron Bogo just said, yeah, I started in the Hoenn region for Smeargle and the Breloom catch spots, with the best XP spot for a long time being the Battle Frontier. That's a really good decision. Like it's cool to hear the discussions, the conversations. Like, yo, I just beat Tate and Eliza. Like the progress. It's been really cute, man. The Iron Man community has been very, despite being very introverted accounts, they've been very social in the team chat, and it's been really cute to see. So shout out to everybody in the team. It's been really cool. It's just a team for communication, talk, and progress, and strategies discussions and what's going on. Like it's good to know like what PvP rewards are relevant, you know, within these next 2 weeks. What what PvP tournaments to keep an eye on, right? What catch events are coming up, right? It's just general keeping up to date with other Iron Man players. It's been a lot of fun, dude. This is a really good question. Broach asked, is it worth to try an Iron Man account even if I don't have too much time to play? It's really tough. The answer is that the honest answer is it just really depends on what your goals are and what you want to do. I think that they're absolutely, like, Iron Man accounts are accounts that take more time, right? However, they're also more satisfying. I felt this way with RuneScape or old school RuneScape a lot, where like for certain, even if you don't have that much time, for certain players, playing an Iron Man account is better because the things that you achieve, like beating the storylines, will feel meaningful and will feel better versus on a main account. If you beat a storyline, it doesn't really feel like anything, honestly, in my opinion. So it just depends. If you're a casual player, you don't have too much time to play, but your goals aren't lofty. Like you don't want to like get an egg shiny on an Iron Man, right? If you have like decent goals, like, oh, you want to just like create a catching problem and, you know, blah, then I think maybe it is worth the try. Maybe it would be more fun for you. You know, it really depends. You have to really just try it to see, and watch other people play their accounts and see if that process seems fun to you. There is a lot. An Iron Man account is a lot of, I want to do thing A, but before I can do thing A, I have to do thing B. But also I have to do things C and D and E and F. It's a lot of like, oh, to do this one thing, I have to do 5 other sub things to unlock the ability to do this thing. And that is really fun and satisfying for some people, but also for some, it's very tedious, very over-exhausting, and just disincentivizes them playing the game the way they want to. So you gotta find what's best for you. It's a boring answer. It's just tough. It's gonna be different per person. Alrighty, fellas, we have ourselves an Eevee Swarm over by Village, Bridge, and Unova. Really, really good swarm. I mean, Eevee's a great Pokemon. Eeveelutions are all over the place in all the different tiers. Excited to head over to this, hopefully get some decent catches. I don't think, Wild Swarms do not have a chance of hidden ability, so there's no chance of that here. But I will take 4 easy Eevee encounters, whereas normally, Eevees would be much more difficult to encounter. So they're level 63, it's so high. I'm gonna go for these catches and hope for some good IVs. 31 defense, 31 speed, and 31 attack are the big ones. 31 attack is the least relevant stat on an Eevee for sure. I will take a 31 attack Eevee all day. That's definitely one of the better IVs I could have gotten. Now the only thing with Eevee is that I really need Ditto catchers for it. Or I need Dittos, because I think 87.5% of Eevees are male in the wild, only 12.5% are female. So you're gonna need some Dittos to breed these up for sure. Here, I've noticed while I'm live, I'm getting a lot of questions like, why haven't you done all the regions, Petrowski? Why haven't you gotten the catching Breloom? You know, why haven't you done this, Petrowski? And the honest answer is, there's only so much time and energy, guys. I'm playing this account 10 hours a day. I can only get to stuff so fast. The real answer is why I haven't gone for something like a catching Breloom yet is because, well, first things first, I had to get a catching Smeargle, right? The catching Smeargle itself took a full day to get one, to XP train, to EV train, to level up, right? We got to keep in mind, I've only been on this account for 14 days, 15 days, a little over 2 weeks, right? I've done a lot of things, right? Things just take time and energy, right? That Breloom that, you know, on a main account, yeah, you could just go buy a Breloom, but on an Iron Man account, I have to go get the soaked Smeargle first before I can go effectively catch the Breloom, right? So now that I have the Smeargle, yes, I could go soak and false up and spore and catch the Shroomishes a lot better, but then I have to, you know, actually catch a good Shroomish, possibly breed one up. That takes Pokeyen, that takes resources, that takes Everstones, which I don't have right now, because I can't effectively farm Everstones. So to farm Everstones, I gotta get a Frisk Pokemon. To get a Frisk Pokemon, I had to get a soaked Smeargle. So there's just a lot of things that require other things. It's not that I'm just not going to go do it, it's just I can only do things so fast. So to all the people who keep asking me questions like, why haven't I done this? Why haven't I done that? I'm getting to it. You know, you don't want to be that nagging mother-in-law who's like, why haven't you gone to the gym? Why haven't you gotten a better paying job? Why blah blah blah? Like, just it takes time, man. It takes time, okay? And it's really important I appreciate the patience, okay? I really do. I show all my progress in all my videos and stuff like that, right? So if you want to see why I haven't done something, just watch all the videos and see what I've been spending my time on, right? Breloom is a big one. Breloom on my list of goals. Breloom is also one of the slowest Pokemon to XP train in all of PokeMMO. Breloom takes, I believe, 1.6 million XP to reach level 100 versus 800k for Smeargle. So it's literally double the time it takes to get a level 100 Breloom versus Smeargle. So a lot of things to factor in there. Things just take time on an Ironman account. That's the reality of it. I appreciate your patience, appreciate your understanding through all the different trials and tribulations, through each goal individually. Okay, you know what? After thinking about it, I think I am going to go ahead and start popping lures on the Iron Man. It's going to hurt my Pokeyen stack a little bit, but it's going to give me pincer encounters, which is kind of nice for possible shiny chance, and it should give me slightly more encounters per hour in terms of, you know, it speeds up my pace. It'll speed up my pace of my chance of getting Moltres, which is nice, by a little bit. And then we make the Pokeyen back by payday pickuping, but it still obviously eats into it a little bit, but it should be fine. So I think it's worth doing. I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. Yo, speaking of the 700k barrier, not even is it just 700k Pokeyen like breached, it's 700 clean, which is beautiful. That's very fucking nice. It's actually a great question I haven't really talked about nearly enough. If I were to make an Iron Man account, would you recommend making an entirely new login, or just make it as my third character on the current login because there's a no conflict of interest with the shared account box? Yes, I would make a whole new login. I think just because you might get accused of cheating more, or there's more temptation to cheat, or there's more possibility to cheat if you have a shared account box with other characters. Also, you get less benefit. You want your account box empty. Plus your donator status from your main would also transfer over. True. You want your account box to be empty on your Iron Man, so you can actually use it as a box. So yeah, I would definitely, it's a great question. You definitely want an Iron Man account to be the only character on a login, ideally. So I would create a new login for sure. Great question. All right, we started today at 11,339 encounters. So this encounter right here is encounter number 500. This marks the average encounter rate of which I should have gotten my re-encounter on Moltres. Now that's average. I was well below average on the first encounter, so it honestly makes sense that I would get a little unluckier. You know, RNG evens out, so not a big deal. You know, I'm at rate essentially. If I go double rate, then we can start talking. But hoping I can get this Moltres soon. Okay, we're on Mission Impossible, okay? There is 2 Phenos right now. There's a shadowy Pheno on Route 13 and a Pheno over at Undella Bay, okay? I don't have Undella Town unlocked, but I have Lucanosa. I'm going to try my best to just scoot my way over. I'm going to pop repels. I'm going to try to scoot my way over there to it as quick as possible. Try to dodge trainers wherever I can. Because if I can, I guess, sure, Razor Claw. Okay, I need to get over this. What are Phenos? Phenos are required to complete the Pokedex. They have the chance of giving you like unique niche spawns. Did I just accidentally encounter? That was the Shadow Pheno, wasn't it? I just accidentally walked into it. Now it's a Crobat, which is cool, but not needed for the Pokedex. There are certain things like Excadrill, Drillbur, Ducklet, Alomola, Audino. These are Pheno-only Pokemon, and you have to get these to complete your Pokedex. So if you ever want to complete your Pokedex, start on Phenos ASAP. It's the #1 thing I recommend. In my Pokedex completion guide, the first thing I say is start Phenos ASAP. Do not wait, because you could be sitting there for weeks waiting to finish your Pokedex, and that is nightmare fuel. I'm going to catch this thing, hopefully. And try to get over to the... This is not a Pokedex required one. You know, we can get this in other ways, obviously. I'm going to try to go over to the Undella one as well really quickly here. Okay, I did go ahead and catch the Crobat. There were no IVs, but I did get the mysterious gem cluster, which is relevant. So now we're up to 3 gem clusters on the account, which is how I get all the type gems in the game, as well as I'm able to change hidden ability access on future... Or not, sorry. Not hidden... I'm sorry, not hidden ability access. Hidden power typing on that move hidden power, which is relevant for PvP. That's how you change that on certain Pokemon. I think I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be pretty tight, but usually the Undella Town Whirlpool is like over here. I didn't see anybody over here though. I don't know where it's at. Anybody in chat coming to this Pheno and see it? I hope I didn't miss it. Let's follow the people. Usually Undella Town, not Undella Bay. Okay. I'm assuming it's a... Okay, here it is. This is what a water Pheno looks like, for example. There we go. This is what a water Pheno looks like. It's a little whirlpool in the water. Shadow Phenos are just little circles. Yes! That's really good! That's really good! That's so good! Yes! Okay, I have to catch it now. But that's so good. Lucky ass. I have known so many people get stuck on Alomola for weeks. Like, and not be able to complete their Pokedex. This is... Getting Alomola, Audino, things like that out of the way. Super, super good for Pokedex completion, which is one of my favorite goals on the account. So that's beautiful. That is huge, man. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Alrighty, there's the Alomola catch. That's huge. That's a huge, like, literally might be the single-handedly, like, one of the most difficult Pokedex entries. So that's massive. 31 defense as well. I don't know if I'll make a, like, competitive Alomola anytime soon, but... It's cool to have. Like, defense is a good stat for Alomola, so maybe one day that'll come up. But that's huge. Also, it encouraged me to get... So much of the Iron Man is, like, certain things encourage me to finally get something done that is finally Undella Bay unlocked. So I can actually efficiently farm heart scales and all that stuff now. And I can even pay to pick up here if I wanted to. So it's a cool spot. That is worth catching. There's a GENGAR Swarm in Kanto. That is worth it. The reason that's so... Okay. The reason that's so worth it is because wild catching Gengar is actually really important to me. It's one of those trade evolution Pokemon, right? So the only way I can get a competitive Gengar is by wild catching one via a lure or swarm, rare swarms like this. Yeah, I can't... This will be an easy way for me to get a Pokedex entry and possibly get a good IV Gengar. I cannot breed Gengars for a comp. So even if I get one that's like 20 plus special attack and speed and no other stats, and then it's like mild, modest, rash, or timid, or naive, or hasty, I'd be happy with anything that's like somewhat remotely usable. I'd be very happy with. And I have the Soaked Smeargle. Dude, this Soaked Smeargle has already come in so much handy. The fact that I have this for this has been amazing. So let's go ahead and do these Gengar encounters and hope for the best. Here's our first Gengar encounter on the account. Yeah, Timid would be great. I love that Iron Man accounts make swarms more worth it. Yes. On a main account, I would never check swarms. Unless it was like a really rare, like an Absol, like a shiny chance, but I would never check them on mains. It's a really, really good... it makes the game feel more alive. Feel more fun for sure. Second Ultra Ball, not bad at all. Let's see. Every single Gengar roll here is really important. Not usable. No worries. I did get poisoned. I'm gonna like antidote. Maybe heal myself up a little bit and go on to the next one. All right, here's the fourth Gengar, the final catch. None of them were really worth using, but that's totally okay. Like, that's as expected. Yeah, that's totally okay. We still got Gengar in our Pokedex. We still had a few chances at some good IV ones, and we'll have to just earn it the hard way. We'll have to come lure encounter some Gengars in the future. Of course, right after the Gengar Swarm is over, I catch myself a modest Ghastly. I don't mean to complain. If this was a Gengar, this would be perfect. I'd be done. This would be totally usable. I cannot... For those who don't understand, I'll split it. I cannot, as an Iron Man, I cannot trade evolve. That's the rule I've decided on. I can turn this into a Haunter, but I cannot turn this into a Gengar because it would require a trade. That's a stipulation I've set for myself, so... Unfortunate. That Haunter is going to carry? Yeah, it better. All right, another beautiful day on the Iron Man begins. What's up, fellas? There's an alpha Parasect swarm right now. This is pretty massive, okay? My current Parasect is cool and all, but these Parasects have damp, okay? And damp is actually super relevant. Damp Parasect is the best damp Pokemon you can have, which you really need a damp Pokemon to be safe for certain China Hunting spots or just spots in general. Because you really want to, you know, it's a safety net Pokemon for things like Geodudes. If I'm gonna be Frisk thieving Everstones from Geodudes and Gravelers, I'm gonna need myself a good damp Pokemon. And these have hidden ability access, which will allow me to properly farm those Pokemon and have a catching Pokemon in the same slot. So these are efficient because they do 2 slots in one. Before Hidden Ability Parasect was released, we actually used to use like Damp Quagsire or just some like big tanky damp Pokemon because that was just what worked best. But nowadays, we actually have access to a catching Pokemon and a damp Pokemon in one slot. So hopefully at least one of these guys turns out damp, one of the babies. But if not, at least we'll have the alpha catch and hopefully catch it decently well. But the leech life is going to be it's going to make it tough because it's going to be gaining HP back with time. It makes it difficult alpha catch. Okay, this Parasect fight is so fucking funny. Bro has Swords Dance, Spore, Giga Impact. He just Giga Impacted my my Garchomp. This fight is so funny. That's actually hilarious. Wow. That was amazing. And then he also has a Leech Life to like sustain, which is a nightmare. Holy. Whew. This is definitely a tough fight. We're on turn 7 or so. We're going to extend to turn 11 as quick as possible and get that timer ball active. Hopefully get him to 1 HP here. Beautiful. Still asleep. Okay, huge. I'm so scared of him waking up and leech lifing is the like massive fear here, but I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Don't do it. Okay, Giga Impact is weirdly fine. I can go to my Parasect, and I should be able to outspeed at this high level. I should be able to outspeed Spore. Leech Life won't hit me for that hard. I can just do this in Timer Ball. We should be good. And upcoming is turn 11, I believe. It's actually perfect timing. Okay, this catch might go better than I expected. Boom! There it is. Beautiful. Whew. Okay. Beautiful. I'll take it. 3 times 31. Damp Parasect. I'll take it. I'll take it all day. Beautiful. Now, is the special attack Eevee relevant? Not really. But, like, also it's 20 plus. This is a great catch. I think I can just train this and use this. I think I can just... It's gentle, which is a little funny. But that might be... You'd rather have the plus defense for, like, because you're going to be using this against, like, Explosion, Self-Destruct Mons. So you'd rather have plus defense, but... That's fine. It'll work, okay? It'll do, Donkey. We take those. Alrighty, fellas. Back to Moltres we go. We're back in Pattern Bush Jail. Let's get it today, okay? Today's got to be the final day, surely, right? Today's got to be the day we get Moltres. My biggest fear is that I get Moltres and then I fail it again. If I fail it again, I might legitimately not be able to get it in time before the end of the month. I probably should be able to, like, you know, let's not be crazy, but I don't know, man. Legendary hunts can be a wild beast sometimes. Yes, okay, we got it back. We got it back. Yes. Sick, dude. Man, this Moltres was freaking me out a little bit, dude. Yes, okay, it's here. We got it. It's because Pidgeot's here. It's time. Okay. God, this guy was freaking me out. Okay. Did we fake out last time? Does fake out kill? I don't want to kill this thing again. Or it is like 10%, right? There's no way this kills. I'm gonna crash out. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. Oh my God. It's okay. That's what the Iron Man is all about. I swear I didn't do that on purpose. I thought it did 10%, but I think I was thinking of a different... Oh my God, the gulp. I think I was thinking of an alpha encounter. Oh my God, that was so dumb. That was like beyond stupid. I don't know why I really thought fake out, but I have the choice band on. Maybe that mattered. I think the Persian didn't. Anyways, we just keep going. That's what an Iron Man is all. That's what an Iron Man is all about. Oh my God, this Moltres has become such a more nightmare than I realized. Personal error. Skill gap. Next time for sure, guys. In your opinion, for an Iron Man, what's the best starting region? I've thought about this so much, and I have not come to an objective answer. It's just genuinely so difficult. There's so many positives and negatives to each region that matter so much. In Hoenn, you have Shroomish and Smeargle access very, very quickly, right? And the best XP training spot. In Kanto, you have access to the Safari Zone for farming early Pokemon, getting Magikarps for the storyline runs. In Unova, you have good rebattle trainers, as well as hard scale farming. You get to Undella Bay. You also have Route 4 for like the desert and stuff like that for Scraggy, Darumaka, etc. In Sinnoh, you have trainery runs with Cloyster. In Kanto, you have the spawns for Cloysters, a shelter to actually fish for and get them. Oh man, in Johto, you have Johto's probably the worst one. What's the Johto benefits? Getting access to Cyndaquil and getting your Jimmy Run team started as soon as possible. Like that's it's really hard. I don't know. Like it's really hard. It's really. I don't know if there is a best region for the Iron Man. It's actually so hard. In Hoenn and Johto, you get Ditto catching locations. It's really hard. It's so hard to pick. I don't know what the best. Yeah, in Kanto and in Johto you get Meowth spawns. You get Abra in Kanto. You get the Sevi Islands in Kanto, which is relevant. You get the breeding center early in Unova. There's just a million positives and negatives. It's so difficult to pick what's the best one, in my opinion. I don't know if there is one yet. We have to do a lot more thinking as a community on that. Or just get all the story, or just do 3 regions or get a ton done as soon as possible. It's a great question. We're so lucky. We're so lucky. We're so good. It's talent. It's skill gap. Who cares, guys? Who cares? Click payday? No, I'm going to click your mom, okay? Holy... Oh, it's so nice. That's so good. Fake, quick, kill it. No, not this time, okay? That was like an hour later. That was not that bad. Not that bad. Okay. Now, against this Pokemon, we actually want to spore it as much as possible, okay? The biggest thing here, I was scared. My brain exploded. I was scared of the, what's it called? I was scared of it killing me and doing too much damage. I'm level 100, it's level 50. I know it's legendary, but it should be fine. What I should actually be scared of or afraid of is the PP struggle, right? So what you want to do is you want to just keep this guy asleep as much as possible. That's the goal, okay? So we're going to go ahead and full summon down to 1 HP, keep him asleep as much as possible, and whenever he's asleep, obviously he can't throw off attacks, right? This is why we got this Smeargle in the first place, so that I could outspeed with the Spore, right? When I couldn't outspeed with the Spore previously, my Parasect just gets fire blasted and killed, so it was a huge problem. So this Smeargle is going to fix all of our problems, which is beautiful. Whew, okay. It's only turn 5, so I can't turn 6. I don't think Timer Ball is quite worth it. It's nighttime. I can go ahead and go for Dust Ball. It's probably a better catch rate, but it's hard to tell exactly. I'd have to check the bag or the calculations to see when it's actually better to start using timers. But the fight's going to be really boring from this point forward, so I'm probably going to fast forward and show you guys when I actually get the catch. This is literally just going to be throwing balls and sporing it whenever it wakes up. That's it. I'm just realizing I only have 20 timer balls. Oh, you can destroy. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Fuck. That really sucks, actually. I think I'm actually... Okay. Since I need the... Thank you for that. You're not wrong, Legion. Okay. I am just going to spam Dust Balls then to waste more turns. I can do Dust Balls. It's nighttime, but it's 2.5 times catch rate as opposed to 3.1. I'm going to stall until the 4 times catch rate. I wish I bought more timer balls. That's another mistake by me, which might cost me the Moltres again. Hopefully it's fine. The burn. It should be fine. The burn's annoying. Actually, I really need to keep this Smeargle alive, don't I? It's actually crucial. And we're still burning turns for timer ball. So it probably is worth to go ahead... The burn doesn't matter, but I need the HP. So I'm going to go ahead and go for like a hyper potion here to burn 1 more turn. I need to start timer balling ASAP though. I'm going to hyper potion here, burn 1 more time. We're going to start timer balling from here. All right, let's hope for the best, fellas. Hopefully he misses some fire blasts as well. It'd be nice. Okay, I'm literally out. It's turn 23. I'm out of Spore PP. I have to actually ether. Now, thankfully, we have 5 ethers just from randomly playing the storyline. So that's a lifesaver here. Leopard Berries would be really nice here as well. Sets up Sunny Day. Kind of annoying. Our Spore is back up, though. We can go ahead and Spore him here. I'm also having to, like, hyper potion myself every so often. We've used, I think, 6 or so timer balls. 1 HP, asleep, no success. Also, what sucks, I just realized I'm losing PP so fast because its ability is pressure. So it's quite literally draining our PP quicker. It is turn 37, by the way. It's about to turn 37. Okay. 9 timers left. This has been a long, tough fight. It's still insta breaking. It might even it's insta waking up. Okay, it's stayed asleep at least, thankfully. Come on. I'm gonna cross my. I'm feeling it on this one. I'm feeling it on this one. Come on. Get it. Come on. Not even close. I have 3 timer balls left, dude. Oh, I really wish I would have bought more. This is a tough. How does it still insta break? How does it still wake up this much? Oh man. This is brutal. This is brutal. I'm just gonna be so honest. Hold B when you throw the Pokeball. we're like Chad is in like cheat code like territory. We're like that. Use a golden raspberry. Like that's where we're reduced to. I need to potion or I'm gonna die here. I have to potion or I'm dead. Brett, turn 50 just started. Turn 50 just started. Come on. Yes! There was 2 left. There was 2 timer balls left. There was 2 left, dude. Oh, that took 19 timer balls out of my 20. That took 19 out of my 20 timers, dude. Oh my goodness. The IVs, you're guaranteed 3 times 31, I believe. So the IVs are kind of trash, but it's rash. Honestly, that's good. That's usable. Otherwise, that's good actually. Otherwise, the nature is so much better than the stats or whatever. I can use the elemental orbs that I've now caught to raise its stats. Oh, that Moltres was a battle, dude. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go immediately use the elemental orbs. Now, the fucked up thing is I'm gonna have to catch multiple. Yeah, I can't. Well, the only way I can change nature is. You're right. I can't change nature until the Lunar New Year event. Oh my god. So the nature mattered so much. And that nature is usable. That's so good. My Iron Man is so lucky. Holy crap. The elemental orbs I can at least farm like next week or whatever. You can farm Grasiduas only if you have Grasiduas, which you need to do the Shaman raid to get, which requires the Lunar New Year event. So I can't even start to farm nature herbs. Dude, that matters. Okay. It matters so much. Let me explain why. Getting that rash is actually like a lifesaver. There was 3 natures I could have rolled there. Rash, mild, or modest that work. All the other ones, I would not have been able to use that Moltres for raids, flat out. And then I only would have been able to use it for raids during the Lunar New Year event, which is the final event of the year. So I would have missed 2 other events worth, and I think also to get the Deciduous, to get the Shaman, you have to beat the raids. So I would have missed I literally would have missed the entire year's worth of raids if I don't roll modest, mild, or rash there. That is actually ludicrous. That is insane. Yes. So we can farm elemental orbs by catching the legendary next month and all the future legendaries, and we can also farm them at a very rare chance. We like 1 per hour and a half per like 90 minutes if you like farm wild hordes with the legendary. But other than that, the nature is the most important part. That's insane. That's so crazy. I actually didn't even think about it, but I can't believe how lucky that nature is. Without that nature, I would not have been able to use the Moltres until next year. How insane is that? Oh, that's so crazy. Okay, let me wow. Let me pull this sucker into my party and just celebrate a little bit. Like, come on. Can we appreciate like first legendary on the Iron Man, dude. It feels good, man. It feels good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Elemental orbs. The tough thing is I only have 20. How do I use them? It's not very many. I want to raise the special attack and the speed, right? But I could use all of them and raise my speed to like 26. I think I just hold it for now. I think for now I hold them until a raid pops up that I need to do with Moltres, and then I can figure out, do I need more attack for damage or do I need more speed, right? So I'm gonna hold it for now and not use them. I'm gonna Eevee train this bad boy and get him like proper in fighting shape as soon as possible. It's even crazier than I expected. This has been such a fun. Yeah, the legendary grind was such a fun one, man. Definitely the hardest challenge I've done on the Iron Man so far, and the most rewarding, the most beautiful. We got it, boys. Hell yeah. This actually feels so crazy. I know I'm like just rambling on about it, but like the Iron Man account has been, as someone who's played a lot of Iron Man accounts, you know, maxed Ultimate Iron Man on Old School RuneScape and like played a lot of PokeMMO, I didn't expect it to feel this good. It feels even better than I expected. I expected to catch the Moltres, do a 20-hour grind and move on. The same way like on a main account, I would do a 20-hour grind and move on. But this is like a whole new grind. It's a whole new thing. It took 50 turns. It was really, I had to plan for things. I had to like change, adjust strategy. It was really difficult. This feels so rewarding. And I'm just so, the fact that it rolled the nature that I needed, like the stars have been aligning on the Iron Man account. And it just, I couldn't be happier, man. It feels fucking amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining this journey. It's been beautiful, and it's been cool to see. We have 81 members in the Iron team. It blows my mind that 81 people have even created Iron Man accounts, let alone joined the live stream while I'm live to ask to join. That's, dude, Iron Man's thriving, and I'm curious to see its future in PokeMMO looks so fucking bright, and an exciting new game mode means the future of the game is bright. It's a good time to be a PokeMMO player, man. But officially, the first legend has been achieved, has been caught at 138 hours played and at around 800,000 Pokeyen at 12,123 encounters. Look at that exact encounter count as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Kind of crazy. That's the check mark on the account, boys. Alrighty, yeah, great day so far. We're gonna continue on the great day. We're gonna go do some special attack. I want to Eevee train the Moltres. I think just sticking to the Moltres, making today all about Moltres is what's fun and interesting. I looked through my PC and my boxes to find, I actually can't Eevee train here because these guys are blocking the way still. Let's go over to Hoenn then, the special attack Eevee train over at Gloom. It's probably even closer to the PC, so it's actually better. But yeah, I was looking at my boxes. I couldn't find anything else that I needed to attack Eevee train, so unfortunately I can't really be super efficient about it. But that's probably going to be a lot of the Iron Man, like just getting stuff Eevee trained when I can and not always being able to stack like 3 to 5 mons, you know, to Eevee train at once. That's more of a main account activity. So we're going to head over to here. We're going to hop into the PC, set our teleport location. If you don't know, you can special attack Eevee train right over here. In this patch of grass, there's ×5 hordes of Gloom. You just go ahead, do your little earthquake, do your damage, and this will get special attack EVs for our Moltres. So we're going to EV train this guy up as best we possibly can. Just 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed, really easy EVs. I need to not have earthquake, not Dragon Claw there. And this will be a game-changing raid Pokemon when we're done, fellas. I'll have to level him up as well, up to like 100 at some point, because that high level really matters for raids. So it'll be a grind to get Moltres prepared fully, but it was a grind to get it. This is the least we can do. Okay, we are already done Spatak Eevee training. I didn't even notice. Eevee training goes so fast nowadays. I do need to go, Mist keeps reminding me, I do need to go pick up some timer balls because I'm basically out. I need to go stock up on Pokeballs in general. People have asked me a lot when they've seen me payday pickupping for so long and said, you know, what do you even does this account even need Pokeyen? Dude, I've been burning through Pokeyen way faster than I realized. Like the amount of Pokeballs I have to buy, I need to go Univo to them all. The amount of Pokeballs I've had to buy, dude, the lures, the repels, I've honestly burned through more Pokeyen than I've expected. Honestly, I probably spent 600k, maybe 400 to 600k. I've spent a lot on the account. Like I know that I'm at 800k, but I've actually, dude, I've been burning through it, man. It's kind of crazy. I do, you know what? That'll be a fun way to send it off. I love the idea of that, Ninja, because it sounds so. We'll do like how expensive are they? There's a mystery box Gamba that I can employ on this account that I kind of want to go do a few of, but maybe we save it for the next episode and have a whole big opening. That's kind of fun, right? We have to use our Pokeyen responsibly. Okay, let's spend our Pokeyen responsibly first before we waste it. Let's go 50 timer balls, 20 quick balls. Those can be nice for certain things. Dust balls we'll buy back up to 50 for the little bit of Ditto farming that we do. Net balls, I don't know if we'll buy 5. It's nice to have a few of each Pokeball, honestly, for most of them that are relevant in certain locations. Luxury balls, my favorite ball. I'll buy like 10 of these for luxury breeds or things I want to have in a cool Pokeball, but that should be it for now. We're down to 700k. We're still at a good cash tag. Let's go get 2 of the mystery box. Now, if you don't know, over in Kanto, there is the Celadon City Casino. And you can go buy coins over there and buy these little mystery boxes. And when you buy these mystery boxes, they have a chance for PP maxes, rare candies, and even cool vanities. So rare vanities from those mystery boxes might be one of the most interesting endgame items for an Iron Man account. And it's also a cool sync for your Pokeyen. It's a way to, like, if you have extra Pokeyen on the, because Pokeyen's really important on the account, but it's not as important as a main account. That's for sure. I don't think I have any coins here. The process would look like so. You would head over here. You would buy maximum coins for 50,000 Pokeyen. You have to go buy the box. I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to open 2 of them, okay? Only 2 for now. And then I assume the box is in one of these is the mystery box. Here it is. I can also buy the Rocket uniform itself and go ahead and get that as an actual, like, guaranteed thing, but we like to gamble. Let's get one box. Let's get... What else is over here? We can have different Pokemon. I do need to get a Porygon for the Pokedex, and it's one of the main ways. I think the only way this account can get Porygons is via this and random swarms. And obviously swarms are way less likely. TMs could be relevant as well, but I think it'll be cheaper to get them at the... it might be cheaper to get them at the store. Let's go get more coins. Let's go spend down to at least 600k. Get one more box. And then if the boxes are duds, maybe I'll get the rocket outfit as well. Alrighty, fellas. Here are the 2 mystery boxes. I'm going to keybind them for a sec. Let's see what we get. Let's randomly... We have our Moltres here for good luck. Mystery box number 1. Boom. Elixir. That's dog shit. Number 2. Why did I do it? Don't gamble, chat. Why did you convince me? It's okay. It's fun. It gives us a good chance at cool stuff. That was terrible. Honestly, we got 4 full restores. That's not bad. 4 full restores is actually... Those are pretty rare. That's kind of cool. You just wasted 100k. We're going to go buy the Team Rocket outfit because it's a really cool outfit. And that'll be our last Pokeyen spend here for quite a while. I got to go earn some Pokeyen now, boys. That's what I... back to payday pickup jail, fellas. You know what? The positive out of all of this is at least we have some sick drip now. Do I want the tuxedo or the Rocket uniform? That is a legitimately tough question. I think the Rocket uniform is cooler. And I have the amount for it. So you know what? We can check both, though. Tuxedo looks like... I kind of prefer the tuxedo. The business bear, bro. What a look. What a vibe. I kind of prefer the tuxedo. The tux is better. I'm going the tux. The fucking business bear look, bro. Now we have 2 vanities on the account. Oh my god. We're doing business, chat. I get a spidge business in chat. All right, we are back for secret off-stream memes on the Iron Man account. So I'm actually going to be doing some Eevee training, specifically Eevee training 3 different Pokemon. My now beautifully obtained Moltres, my Frisk Pokemon, which I've been trying to keep a little bit of a secret on stream, my Frisk Pokemon over here, and then also the Parasect that I caught earlier, the Alpha Parasect. It's not perfect, the Parasect, but it's definitely usable. And just having a nice little Eevee trained high-level Parasect with damp, as opposed to the Parasect I've been using previously, is going to be so much better. So I definitely want to go ahead and just go ahead and speed Eevee train speed and attack on this. The Shuppet's a weird one. The Moltres is easy, just need to do the speed. That'll actually be done Eevee train once I've done that. Shuppet's the weirdest one. I am going to be putting some amount of speed into this. I thought about it a ton. I was initially just going to go HP and defense EVs. I might have even talked about that on stream, but the problem is that Bayonet's base stat speed is like 65. It's like pretty slow. And even going against like Golems, Gravelers, etc., Geodudes, I'm scared there will be a world where I encounter a Pokemon in that vicinity or in that area that will outspeed me and it'll create a problem. And I don't want to be getting outsped at level 100 on a first Pokemon. I'd rather sacrifice some of my tankiness and basically just make myself have to use more potions sometimes. I'd rather just have that. Because if you get outsped, it's going to ruin the whole Frisk Thief situation. So I'd rather just have that. So I'm going to go ahead and do either some... I might just do 252 speed, unfortunately, in this. And then I'm not going to put it into attack. I think the damage should be fine because its attack stats actually relevant, the base attack. I think I'm just going to go 252 speed and either split 126 HP, 126 defense, or just 2v2 HP. There's a good chance I just go 2v2 HP to be kind of lazy. But the nature is plus defense, so that is relevant. But for now, I'm just going to focus on doing 252 speed EVs on all 3 of these Pokemon at once, which feels really nice. It feels really awesome, honestly, to EV train 3 Pokemon at once. Well, let's get to that. Alrighty, that is the speed Eevee training done with. That means number one, Moltres is done. Moltres, I mean, need to be leveled up to be fair, and I need to work on the elemental orbs, and eventually, it's not totally done, let's be honest, but it's a good advancement for the new fire chicken. We have our Parasect over here who still needs to be attack Eevee trained, and then our Frisk Pokemon. I think number one right now, my focus is on the Frisk Pokemon. I just need so many items, man. So many Everstones, so many heart scales, so many crucial core items that I need to have them so I can make other good Pokemon, right? For heart scales, I need to relearn good moves on Pokemon that I don't have. Things like possibly Spore on this Parasect if it doesn't already has it, to be fair. But like, get the example, right? And then Everstones for breeds. I need Everstones for so many breeds of Pokemon in the Pokeyen to actually back that up for the braces. So I think I'm going to go work on HP Eevee training, the Shuppet. I'm going to do that over in Hoenn, over at, in Unova. Over in Unova, over at one of my favorite Eevee training spots in all of PokeMMO. Is it a good spot? It's fine, but man, I love it. I love the Pokemon. We're going over to Stunfisk. All right, over in Unova here over at Icarus City, I'm going to pop inside the PC to set my teleport location, but right down here on the water, as long as it's not wintertime, you can access this little pond, and this is ×5 hordes of Stunfisk. And fun fact, Stunfisk was my first ever shiny Pokemon on my main account over on Petrowski, so if the first shiny on this account was also Stunfisk, it would be kind of poetic. I'm going to go ahead and do some HP Eevee training here, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. And here is my Shuppet evolving. I don't think there's any reason to delay the evolution or stop the evolution, so I'm going to go ahead and let it happen, get that little stat boost, and get Bayonet over in my Pokedex officially. That way I can easily see the base stats. You can see 65 base speed, 65 base defense, 64 HP, and the 115 attack stat. So we should be good in terms of the attack damage. All right, and this should be the final horde for the 252 HP EVs, and then after that, boom, we are done. It is now time for a ton of XP training. I'm going to head over to Hoenn, I'm going to head over to the Battle Frontier, and I'm going to start slowly but surely XP training this Bayonet, and then eventually I'll XP train the Moltres, but I'm not worried about it right now. I think Moltres will be one of those things that I XP train when I have downtime, when I don't know what to do. I always say how good it is to have a go-to activity in MMOs, especially PokeMMO. I think XP training my Moltres will be my go-to activity for a little bit, and even getting a box of Pokemon that just need XP trained is something I'll be looking for in the future, so I can just go ahead, if I don't know what to do, I can just go do some XP training. We still have a chance. I haven't seen any shinies on the account, but we have a chance here for a shiny Tentacruel, obviously one of the most common, kind of dreaded shinies in PokeMMO, but hilariously, over 10,000 hours of playing, I've never gotten one. I don't have a single shiny Tentacruel, even though it's like the most common one in the entire game. So I wouldn't be too upset with one. It'd be a little funny, but definitely wouldn't be upset about it. I tried to warn you guys this would be very much a grindy episode. Someone actually talked about this recently in a stream, and I definitely kind of acknowledged that. And I need to surf, actually, whoopsie, and talked about that, how essentially the more we do on this account, the further progress we make, eventually the episodes do kind of become, hey, I'm going to go do this thing for 30 hours that there's nothing interesting to show in terms of camera content. See you guys after 30 hours, like that's what it becomes. That's just what happens with an account like that. It's something I'm kind of preparing for. Let me go grab the Wingull so I can actually go surf on the water over here, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. Hopefully you guys have still enjoyed the grindiness of the episode, and there's been a lot more progress than I expected, honestly. I had to get a lot more things to be able to do more things, to be able to go for Moltres, yada yada. So it was more exciting than I expected, thankfully, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it once again. However, for now, I'm gonna go do some grinding off camera. I'll see you guys whenever I finish XP training, whether it's level 100, maybe even level 80 or so. Even at level 80 or so, we probably could go test some Frisk thieving. That'll probably be good enough. All right, we were taking a quick break from our XP training to actually head over to Unova, because apparently there was a call in my Discord. Apparently there is a Ditto alpha spawn over there. Now, number one, that gives us a guaranteed 2x31 IV Ditto, which is massive. Number two, it gives us an alpha Ditto, which we can use to breed other alphas of any species and not have to worry about genders and being in the same age group and yada yada yada. Now, the problem is this Ditto spawn is over at P2 Laboratory, which is way over here in Unova, and it is the most annoying spot to get to in the entire, not the entire game, but all of Unova by far. And if I fail this catch, it's going to be that much more insufferable to get back to. So I'm going to have to go grab whatever Pokemon I can. I'm probably going to have to fight through a bunch of trainers as well to get there. I'm just hoping I get there in time. There's a good chance I don't. I have about 40 minutes from the start of this clip, so it's crunch time. Let's get over to it. Got ourselves a TM Razor Shell on the way over. You can see so many people are rushing over to this. Alpha Ditto is easily the most important Ditto in all of PokeMMO. It has the most value by far. So I'm actually following a YouTube guide right now. So shout out to Agron HD. Why not? He went ahead and plopped this out there into the universe and is allowing me to make my way quicker over to this alpha Pokemon, and you know, not even in traditional Pokemon Black and White, which is what he made the guide for. So it's kind of one of those beautiful things. You want to hop up here. There's actually a good shiny hunting spot right here. You can actually hop inside here and go heal by talking to, I believe, this girl right here. She will heal you. You can do ×5 hordes of Scraggy, Throw, and Sock for free, which is kind of cool because Sock has been relevant in the past as a raid Pokemon in certain metagames. All right, but shout out to Agron HD over on YouTube. Just a niche little meme with 30k subs and some relevant Pokemon location guides. We made it over to the Ditto. I don't really need to catch the other Dittos surrounding. Like maybe getting an imposter hidden ability Ditto would be nice, but it's not really that relevant for PvP. And other than that, there's not really a use for it. If I wanted to go farm Dittos, I would go farm Dittos, right? So I am gonna go ahead and jump into Alpha Ditto. Now, if you don't know, the way Alpha Ditto works is it actually randomly changes or transforms into a random Pokemon. It doesn't actually use its hidden ability Imposter to instantly transform into the Pokemon you lead against it. Otherwise, you could just lead Magikarp and sort of beat it in that little cheesy way. So ours turned into a Patrat. That seems pretty good for us. That seems like a really low statted Pokemon and really weak Pokemon overall. I will take that transformation every day of the week. My strength does 65% damage to this thing. Yeah, that feels like one of the better transformations I could have got. Once again, wow, Iron Man luck is coming through. All right, after a few turns of turns stalling to get my timer ball at 4x catch rate, this thing, I tried to catch it. It's +3 in all stats now. It's looking pretty scary. I really doubt my Parasect outspeeds it at this point. My Smeargle still was, thankfully, but yes, at least we still live, honestly, to... Oh, please don't full para. Okay, whew. We don't get full para'd. That is massive. He's just spamming secret power to spread status and KO my Pokemon with his massive, insane boost. I'm just trying to catch him. He's technically 2% HP. I could have put him down to 1%, but it shouldn't change the catch rate too significantly. I was really hopeful there. All right, he went ahead and woke up. We threw like 3 more timer balls at him. As you can see, he's +5 in all stats now. I'm trying my best to catch him. He's almost 1 HP, asleep. Timer ball, max catch rate, and sometimes it just doesn't work. I'm going to go ahead and keep throwing some timer balls, but now I can't put him back to sleep. So it's probably GG's. I can possibly come back in time, though. I thankfully made it here quick enough to where that makes it more viable. All right, this is probably my last timer ball here. He probably one-shots my Meowth with whatever he throws out, but let's go ahead and go for it. This is our last shot, most likely. It's possible he needs to 2-shot my Meowth with, like, secret power, so maybe we get 1 more timer ball. Let's see. He does get filled with might again. He's +6 in all stats. Beautiful. He goes for a toxic. Once again, the alpha AI is not that good, thankfully. So we actually get stalled an extra turn here. I swear if he stalls 1 turn and it actually matters and this is where I catch him, it would be so insane. Don't do it. Don't do it. What is my Iron Man luck? That's so... It's so stupid. It's Modest Nature. That's really good. The IVs... That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That actually could be really, really good. It's 20+ special attack. The speed is close. The HP's not there, but double defenses. That's what you could hope for. That's not bad at all. That could be a very, very good breeder down the road. I'm curious to see if that will pop up. Whew. I'm excited to farm some more Pokemon. I really do have to work on actually properly farming Pokemon soon. I've been doing a lot of Eevee training, XP training, and all that sort of things, but I haven't really put enough energy and effort, in my opinion, into just farming and catching a ton of different species to try to get some sort of breed situation more plausible. So, whew, I can't believe that worked out like that, dude. The Iron Man luck has been crazy. Alrighty, fellas, another beautiful morning on the Iron Man account. I'm just doing a lot of grinding today. Today is a grindy day, like I talked about, like I promised in this episode. I am just going to be XP training my Bayonet. First and foremost, I want to be able to Frisk, Thief, powerful items, things like Everstones, which are going to be needed for every single Pokemon down the road. Breeding is the best way to get good IV Pokemon in PokeMMO, so having a stack of hundreds of Everstones is crucial, and right now, I'm struggling to get 1 at a time, and that feels terrible. So I'm going to get this thing up to as high a level as possible. It's current level 59 here, starting in the morning. We're at 12,677 encounters. I'll see you guys closer to a later level on the Bayonets, and then if we XP train or work towards another Pokemon today, we'll see that. Yo, Pat, I was thinking about something. Should Iron Man only be able to raid with other Iron Man players? Your thoughts? This is a really good question, and we need to have a lot of discussion as a community to figure out what we want with that and what our rule should be. Right now, my rule is just Iron Man could raid with everybody. This is because I think it just becomes too complicated. There's not really enough Iron Man pragmatically, but this happens. Okay, this is a thing in old school RuneScape. Whenever you raid as an Iron Man, you can't share or split the drops, but that's not a problem in PokeMMO. We don't have shared or split drops, if that makes sense. I would argue raids are difficult enough, and there's not enough Iron Men, where I think it's probably fine for Iron Men to, what's it called, to be allowed to raid with other players. I think if you force yourself into Iron Man only raids, I think it becomes too impragmatic is the best. Like, it's not really viable as much. It would really inhibit us from being able to do raids. Imagine like having to rerun raids with someone else because like there's only so many Iron Men. They can't find a group that hasn't done it yet. Like, that's gonna become a real problem. I feel like organizing a team and doing structured raids, the same way you would on a main account, is totally fine on an Iron Man. The difficulty comes, in my personal opinion, obviously we could have discussion, the difficulty comes from having to create all of your own raid Pokemon. That's hard, right? That's hard enough, right? And that's the whole thing. And this is the case with Iron Man and in old school RuneScape, where they have to grab all their own gear, right? Now, if I were, now the counter thing is, if I were a main account and I saw an Iron Man wanting to join our team, I would be like, let me see your Pokemon. Because there's a way higher chance that person is going to be the weakest link to the raid. And as a main account, I would be a little more harsh about letting Iron Man join my raids. I'm sorry. I think that's fair. I think Iron Man should have to kind of deal with that. Like, you either need to have a really good raid team and fucking live up to the don't let your team down, or pass up on raids and be okay with that for the temporary time being, right? We don't even have any active raids. It's the perfect time to start the Iron Man, because we don't have any active raids right now, right? We only have what's it called? We only have, we don't have right to the event season. You have a whole team of Iron Men soon. The problem is 91 Iron Men is not enough to do, like, I'm sorry, but that's not enough to like get groups of 4 people and to like everybody to meet at the perfect times. Do you think 91 of these people will be playing the account by the time the event season comes around? Not to be harsh, but like, you know, it makes sense. As well as we'll have the raid. It wouldn't surprise me. To be fair, I don't know how popular Iron Man will get, but it's going to be hard for me to get proper raid teams ahead of the event season. I would bet you less than 100 Iron Men. Probably less than. I would bet you around. The problem is I just don't know how many people. Maybe people will take it way more seriously and blow me out of the water, which would be an amazing thing to see and a great expectation. But I would guess maybe 100 people. No, not even. I'm sorry. 10 Iron Men. 10 to 20 Iron Men will have raid-ready teams by the time this event season rolls around. It's hard, man. Like, not that many people are gonna have. Not people are gonna have the time. I think Iron Man only raids would be too extreme, personally. But I love the extra restrictions, so I respect it. The problem is we have different raid systems comparatively to OSRS, right? So we don't have the issue of splitting drops. But I think the biggest thing would be, the biggest downside is getting your own Pokemon, getting your own items. And I think it's totally fair. If I were a main account and someone said, hey, I'm an Iron Man, can I join your raid? I would be like, let me see your Pokemon. Like, maybe not. As main account, as main players, I would tell you guys to be very harsh as a judge on Iron Man. And don't be afraid and don't be ashamed to turn down Iron Man from joining your raid if their Pokemon don't stack up, okay? If they're like almost as good or almost, you know, don't be like rude or super exclusionary just because you hate Iron Man or something like that. But I could definitely see it's on the Iron Man to have our raid Pokemon be good enough for those raids, for sure. All right, apparently there is a Shadow Pheno over on Driftvale Drawbridge over in Unova. Did I pass it on accident? Did I miss it? Hopefully it's not gone. Oh, hopefully it's not gone. What was this called? 11:59. It's called 4 minutes ago. Surely it's not gone. Did I miss it? It was called 4 minutes ago. Did chat see it? Dude, that is why Phenos are so brutal. Someone found it as quickly as they could. That's so brutal. I think it's gone. That's so brutal, man. Phenos can last so quickly, and that's how you gotta get the Pokedex complete. So you gotta go check every single one when you can, dude. Unlucky. I kind of can't believe how long this has taken to XP train. I'm not going to lie. I've been live for almost 3 hours today, and all I've been doing is XP training this bayonet. We've gotten very distracted, don't get me wrong, but it's been a slow grind. XP training is just so much slower without XP charms. Also, it's like only needs 800k XP as well. Wow, that's crazy. I really would like to. It's crazy. Obviously, we're very far from this, but with Halloween events, Christmas event, like event season coming up, I'm gonna have to really focus on. I'm gonna have to grind those events so hard. It's gonna be so important to get XP charms, to get the charms, get all those limited vanities, etc., while you can. I'm gonna have to play that event so much. But I'm gonna stop at 96 for a sec. We're gonna go test this. I'm gonna head over to Kanto. I'm sure there's better spots as well. I need to figure out where the best spot to do like ×5 hordes of Geodude / Graveler near a PC if there is a spot. I know of a ×3 spot, and I'm just gonna head there for now and test a little bit. I just want to see how many Everstones I can really get. I want to get my stack of Everstones up. Okay, first things first, I do need a Thief TM. I might even need 2 of them actually. I'm gonna go ahead and grab 2 just in case. I always hate this. TMs are sorted by typing and then they're alphabetized. So I have to find like where are the dark type TMs. They're at the very bottom, I guess. I'm gonna grab 2 of these. If you have to find where the typing is and then go to the alphabetization. I kind of hate that categorizing, but whatever. I'm gonna use Thief on this bayonet over Hex. Sure. I have Trick as well, which can actually hilariously work, but we're gonna use Trick or Thief. We're going to see how this goes. I'm going to head over to a ×3. There's a ×3 Geodude spot that I just know of in Kanto, so we're going to go over there and test this out. All right, this is why I bought 2 Thieves. Now, I also want to go ahead and put a Thief on my Weavile, which is my pickpocket Pokemon, okay? So I think this... Did I do it wrong? Yeah, okay. I just clicked too quick. Okay, whatever. I think that we're going to go Psycho Cut. The strategy is going to be... I've never done pickpocketing. I'm actually not used to this. The strategy is going to be lead with a Frisk Thief Pokemon and then switch to Weavile and hope that they deal damage to me to steal the item that way. And then I also can have... It also is nice to have double Thief potential. There's a lot of reasons why this is like an interesting strat. I'm gonna try this. So all I'm gonna do is hop into Rock Tunnel. This is a ×3 horde. I need to find a ×5 Geodude or Gravel horde. We'll do that in a sec. Is this 50-50? Oh no. I definitely thought this was 100% Geodude. This sucks if this is like 50-50 or if it's nighttime it changes. I tested this before and it seemed to be Geodude 100%. The change based on the day, based on the timing, that would be so unlucky / funny. Rock Tunnel. No, it just... Okay, okay. Maybe this is not the spot that I want then. That's... 50-50 is really bad. Let's go find a new spot. Okay, I have quite literally... We are in uncharted waters. We are trying to discover a ×5 horde Geodude or Graveler spot that is near a PC where you can Frisk Thief for Everstones. I have not been able to find anything. The Mount Ember spot is going to be too far. I think we might have to go back to test that, honestly. It might be one of our better options. Mount Moon is... deeper in the cave, I believe, because the front should be Zubat, so you can't do that. Rock Tunnel is like split with Zubat or deeper in the cave, and then we don't have Johto access. Maybe in the future regions. So then we have Hoenn. We went to Magma. We actually just tested. We went to Magma Hideout, and it was deeper in the cave. The front of the cave is Torkoal, so we couldn't do that. Don't have Sinnoh for Iron Island. And nothing else for Geodude. So next up, we're going to Graveler testing, and now we're at the Graveler testing. Mount Silver Cave. We don't have Johto, obviously. No horde spots in Kanto. We then go to Hoenn. Magma Hideout. Too deep in the cave. We don't have Sinnoh. We then go to Unova. Our last bet, I think, is Challenger Cave. If Challenger Cave does not work, we're going to do what? We're going to try the Island 1 Mount Ember spot in Kanto, but I don't know how close that'll be to a PC. That might be too crazy. But we're going to try Challenger's Cave, I think. Right, the problem is Challenger Cave is post some grass, but it literally might be our best option, which is kind of crazy. They're really high-level Gravelers. I did bring a Damp Pokemon. That's the other concern, is if they're really high-level Gravelers, my Pickpocketmon's going to die, and it's weak to rock attacks. This might not work either. This is tough. It's turning out that just simply farming a ton of Everstones on the Iron Man account is going to be a challenge to even be able to do, let alone like the grind of it once we have a method. finding a method and actually have it. There might not be a good method that exists. We might have to do something really suboptimal, or just bite the bullet and go like rock smash, like unlock Sinnoh. Obviously, I could be rock smash farming, fossil farming, but that is so much slower in terms of giving Everstones than hoarding and using the Frisk strategy. So I'm trying to just aim for Everstones mostly, but we might have to just bite the bullet and commit to doing Sinnoh for rock smashing, because I don't know if we're gonna have an option here. We're saying Mahogany Town and Johto. If there's good spots in other regions, that could be the difference. That could be the lifesaver. So I might need to wait or get that region done with somewhat soon. Let's see if I can do them here, like right at the front of the cave. If this is where the Gravelers spawn, Lickitung hordes. Is it 50-50 Lickitung Graveler? Even though that's not that good. This is tough. It's been way harder to get Everstones than I thought it was going to be. Okay, it turns out this spot is also a dud. So I think the best bet, we're going to head over to Kanto, go to the Island 1, test that little Island 1 spot, and I doubt that will be efficient. What we'll probably end up doing is just doing some just doing some rock smashing in Kanto until we can unlock Sinnoh and get us like maybe 10 Everstones, and that will at least get us started on some breeds here for future utility Pokemon. Okay, this spot's also a dud. It's so far from a PC. It's just, that's not going to work either. I could go do the rock smashes, obviously, but I like to keep trying. Roar Crazily brought up the idea. I don't know why I didn't think about this. It doesn't have to be Geodude or Graveler. It has to be any Pokemon that has the held item chance for Everstone. I could go do Boldore or something like that, right? And there are Boldore ×5 forward spots. So that's a cool one. That's my next step, okay? We have Unova unlocked. We can do this. I'm gonna go test these spots. No one's ever tested. I doubt someone's ever like Frisk Thief not in a long time. For Everstones. Everstone's like 5K. Why would you on a main account? That's not worth it, you know. Why would you do that? You could go Frisk Thief Amulet coins, which are like 18K, or Flame Orbs, which are 12K. You know. So, all right, we're gonna go back to Unova, test out these Uncharted Water Boldore spots. Okay, apparently there is a Boldore spawn inside of Mistralton Cave. However, it might be deeper into the cave than I would like. There's one at Twist Mountain I have to check. Victory Road. I know that inside of this is Clink and Ferroseed. I know that. I played enough PokeMMO to understand that. And if I head down here, I don't know what this is. This down here is down that staircase is Joltik Dynamo. Let's see what this is. I don't remember what this is. If this is Ferroseed and something else, if this is Ferroseed, if it was just far from a PC and 100% Boldore spot, I think I would do this. If this is a mixture, it's not worth it. Someone says 100% Mistralton spot, but it's the entrance of the cave. It might be a fair bit annoying. It could be annoying on an Iron Man. That's okay. But is it worth it? Let's go test. Okay, there is also one over here, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. The 100% at entrance of Charge Cave. I think it is. So I'd have to take this path. I'd have to head over to the west, the top northwest of the city. Surf up through this. It's really far from the PC. Yeah. Let's see. This might be the best option. There's no way. This is so far, actually. But we're looking for the best option. So yeah, if we continue... Okay. Northwest like this. It's up here is the entrance. Okay, after walking through so much grass, the only way that this could be worth it is if I could like heal at this house, and then maybe there's a chance, but I don't think there's a okay. I just thought that maybe there would be a trainer that this trainer heals. That's a big deal. I don't know if this will be relevant. Yeah, this is Chargestone Cave. Is there a Boldore spawn here? Is there not one here? Am I trolling? Is it just Ferroseed? Am I at the wrong cave? Entirely? Chargestone Cave. I'm just trolling. I'm at the wrong cave. What? Okay, it's the Axew Cave. My brain only knows this as the Axew Cave. Gotcha. Okay, let's hoard here. Let's see. Is it split? We see a boulder horde. That's huge. This might actually be the best spot. This is a crazy niche spot. Like crazy niche. For reference, I'll probably, I don't know if I'll pop repels here or just tank it. Look at this. I have to go from here, over here, walk in this grass, come over here, and then I can heal. But you don't have to go all the way back to the PC. You can heal here. And the heal does charge your sweet scent. Not every heal does. That is a really interesting spot. I feel like only an Iron Man would do like farm here. This is a really, really weird spot. Let's go ahead and try to hoard. It might be split with another Pokemon. I need to test more. But if it's 100% Boldore, this is definitely the best spot. But let's test more. This might be it, boys. This might be the spot. We got a Frisk. We got a Frisk. Let's switch to Weavile. This might be the spot. This might be the spot. I don't know if I have Crustle on my deck, so I can't. We got a Pickpocket. It's an Everstone. This might be the spot. This might be the spot. Oh, that's so good. What a weird. This was thanks to so many people in chat helped me find this. This was such a niche one Everstone. I'm actually, do you know how long it took me to get this other Everstone? I got this one in 3 hordes. Bro, this other Everstone took me like 30 to 40 minutes. I'm not joking. To like rocks, it was insane. To rock smash and Kanto for it. If I could get 10 Everstones an hour, I will be in absolute bliss. I will be like so happy. What a niche thing to have to know about and worry about. Thank you, chat. And we found it, boys. We fucking got him, boys. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is amazing. It's gonna change the Everstone game. That's immediately. I just got 2 Everstones in 2 minutes. This is a game changer. I just got 2. That's insane. This is crazy. It's I've never been this excited over a fucking Everstone, but I am, dude. Because we had to like run around forever trying to find a spot. This is amazing. This is a game changer for the account, and it's an Everstone fucking farming spot. Yeah, plus this spot is not split. This is actually a good spot. This is like actually, you could pop repels here to make it less annoying. I'm getting so many Frisks. Some of them are going to be Hardstones, I believe. I should actually catch a Boldore to have it in my Pokedex. This is amazing. This is genuinely amazing. This is going to change the ability to breed and make Pokemon on the account. This is so sick. This is better than I could have asked for, honestly. Now, the real question comes down to, I have to like hone this strat from scratch. Is it actually worth to go around and thief all of them if the pickpocket is not triggered? I don't know if it is. I think it might actually just be because the mud slaps lower my accuracy, as you can see, which is a huge pain in the butt, and it costs me more HP on my Weavile. The Frisks seem decently common. The Everstones might be like pretty common. It might actually be better for me to just go ahead and Frisk lead, switch over to Weavile, hope for the pickpocket, and then if I don't get it, just like leave the fight and try again. That might be the more efficient option, but I don't know if that's too troll. Because the mud slaps are brutal. Invested in accuracy EVs, yeah. It's really rough. I was gunning to maybe I should have gone HP EVs on this, and I think I thought about it, but I ended up not, because I could also use this as a PvP Weavile, which is like kind of what's gentle, but like I still kind of could. Not, you know, it's a big hit, but there's a lot of things to consider here. A lot of things to consider. Yeah, that's a cool option. In the future, I'll keep an eye out for Alpha Nuzleaf or Alpha Shiftry. Apparently, that's another pickpocket Pokemon. That and Weavile are the only 2. That's a bulkier one. That would actually be nice to have an Alpha. I'll have to keep an eye out for Alpha Nuzleaf / Alpha Shiftry. Oh, they're not even in the game yet. That's why. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, hidden ability Shiftry is not a thing yet. That would be really good for the Iron Man account. Release hidden ability Shiftry. I'm just saying. Wink, wink. I've unironically gotten 4. I know I'm just sorry. I won't shut up about this. I've gotten 4 Everstones in the time it took me to get half of the time it took me to get the 1 Everstone. This is such a game changer. Alrighty, there is apparently an Alpha Cloyster horde right now over in Unova, over in Challenger's Cave, but this is a really difficult swarm to get to, and I don't have Flash in Unova. I actually don't have the HM Flash, and I don't think I actually have a Pokemon with Flash here either, so I'm in a really, really awkward spot. What I'm going to have to do, actually, because I need to get to it quickly, it's actually going to like wear out in like 10 minutes or so. I'm going to try to traverse through the cave in the blind. As you can see here, I actually have the little guide up, so I'm going to go ahead and just jump into it, hope for the best. This is going to be a little bit of a nightmare scenario. I don't even know exactly where I start. Let me like look upwards so I can try to see. Yeah, this is going to be tough. Hopefully the next clip I'm at the Cloyster horde. Man, that was tough, but I think I went ahead and made it. Shout out to my Discord. Like, the community there is just amazing and have a ton of resources for situations like this. And boom, whew, we made it over to the Cloyster horde. Now, the only problem is if I die to this, if I lose, I'm never going to catch this. Cloyster is one of the most important Pokemon to get on the account because it's the best Pokemon for trainer reruns, which is some of the best Pokeyen per hour prior to gym reruns. So I need to do a little bit of chip damage. This thing has a really high base defense stat. I think Earthquake is not going to kill. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. It was a little risky there, but as you can see, it was super worth it because I only did 27% damage. This Cloyster's whole thing is it has a really high base defense stat. So honestly, it makes sense. Thankfully, we don't do too much damage there. Beautiful, beautiful. If he goes for an ice attack just like that, my Garchomp's going to get one shot. It's 4 times weak to it. That's something I was expecting. That's totally okay. I think it's the best way I can go ahead and handle this. The other problem here is that the hidden ability on Cloyster is Overcoat, which prevents it from being spored, which makes this entire fight that much harder. I don't know how I think I probably brought too many spore Pokemon honestly here. I'm gonna go ahead and head over to Meowth, I guess, and go for like a fake out into a Payday. Am I banded? I am banded, so I can't even actually. I'm gonna fake out into like sacrifice switch into bring back in Meowth to go for another fake out for extra chip. That's my best bet here. Or you know what? I think the actual best play is to go ahead and use one of those revival herbs. I have 20 of them that I've gained from Payday Pickuping, all that grinding I've been doing. I can go ahead and use a revival herb, get my Garchomp back, come in, hit an Earthquake off, hit it for 27% or so damage. It did get a plus defense stat. It used barrier, so its defense stat actually raised. I don't know if I'll do enough damage here, actually, but I'm trying to hit it down to red HP. That's the goal. We do 13% post the barrier. That is red HP. That's what I wanted. He goes for another barrier here. I'm going to go ahead and Earthquake again to get more chip damage. If I crit, it kills, which would be really bad. It'd actually be like super unlucky. I wouldn't want to see that, but beautiful. Exactly what you want to see. Okay, Cloyster's pretty low. I think I just go ahead and start spamming timer balls as soon as I stall a few more turns. Only turn 8 so far, so I'm going to go back into Meowth, go for that fake out again to stall one more turn and kind of navigate around so I can timer ball spam. Ideally, I would have been able to bring like a Stun Spore Pokemon or Thunder Wave, something to status it, but not Spore it. But I'm not even sure if that exactly works. I'm not super familiar with the Overcoat ability. Hilariously, Overcoat actually didn't let Pokemon like prevent Spore until Scarlet and Violet, so we can kind of blame PokeMMO actually having Gen 9 mechanics. Despite being a Generation 5 game, many people don't know this, it actually has a lot of Gen 9 balancing weirdly. So even though in typical Pokemon Black and White, Overcoat would only protect the Pokemon damage from weather statuses, in PokeMMO, it actually prevents sandstorm damage, no effect of powder moves, and Spore, which is all pretty crazy, but also makes for a pretty cool move in VGC, it seems. I think I only have about one timer ball left with this Parasect. I'm probably not going to be able to catch this Cloyster. Now, it would be really nice to get a good IV Cloyster, but this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. It's kind of out of my control to some extent. I might be able to come back here in time. I might have like 10 or 15 minutes left on the alpha spawn. Possibly, please just catch. Yeah, that's to be expected. I'm level 67 on this Parasect as well. That's definitely going to KO me. Trying to raise its stats even more. Oh, we get luck. Okay, we get lucky. Can we do the typical Iron Man luck of have the AI be terrible, burn a turn, and then catch it on this exact turn? I feel like that's happened so many times on the account. Yeah, okay, that's karma. You should Ice Beam and kill me. Yep, that's okay. Understandable. Have a nice day, Cloyster. I'll try to come back to this. It was a pain to get here, but it'd be really nice to get a good IV Cloyster for sure. All right, this time I'll be bringing a sturdy Thunder Wave Pokemon that should make this fight a lot more viable. That'll be a really nice way to solidly get a Paralyze on it. All right, we got the Clam paralyzed, low HP. It's time for timer ball spam. I have 34. I've probably bought like 80 timer balls in total now. I've actually used so many on alphas and on that legendary Moltres. Sunk up a ton of them for sure. I've been burning through them like crazy. I feel like I'm gonna have to go back to Payday Pickuping sometime soon. My Pokeyen stack, boys. I'm a little stressed about it, which is hilarious. I'm at 500k, obviously. It's a nice amount, but just to breed up one good Pokemon, it's gonna get really expensive really fast. It is also a little over an hour since the alpha was actually called in my Discord, so that essentially means if I don't catch it here, if I fail this fight, it's gone for good this time for sure. Alphas generally last around 75 minutes, give or take, but usually by the time someone is calling it, some amount of time has already passed. Ugh, I'm getting obliterated. It's looking rough, fellas. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to start juggling revives. I really do want to catch this thing. It's probably pretty darn powerful, but thankfully I have a bunch of revives here. Like, that's actually gonna be really, really beneficial, but it's getting really sketchy, to say the least. I think he one-shots me with anything. My best bet is probably hilariously reviving the stupid little nose pass in the back, because then if I like give it a potion, it has sturdy, so it can like live for an extra turn. I think I do want to go ahead and just, I think I want a timer ball here. I think the best bet is going to become go nose pass, heal my nose pass with like a potion, like a super potion, like a small potion, until the paralyze hits, and then I can like revive a different Pokemon. Yep, here comes the sturdy potion strats. So we bring in nose pass. Unfortunately, I don't really think I have any like super weak potions. I don't know if I have like baby potions, or if energy powder restores 50 HP. I kind of want to keep those for like certain possible future crafting recipes. I think my best bet is going to be hyper potion. I have 20 of them. I'm gonna hyper potion the nose pass essentially. Hope he if he gets through with an attack, it's fine to live with sturdy. And this is just my life now, I guess. I guess this is what I do. This is so terrible. But I really want to catch this Cloyster. We catch the full para. Beautiful. Now I can go ahead and use a revive. Or I'm using so many resources. Oh, so many resources just for a chance of catching this Cloyster. I'm hoping for those beautiful. We hit those para flips. Beautiful. I'm gonna go for another paralyze over on the Meowth. Now we can bring these guys in, get like a fake out off. Okay, triple, really lucky here. Triple paralyze. Do I want to revive again, or just throw a? I think I just throw a timer ball here. I have 2 other Pokemon revived. They've got 28 timer balls. He's pretty low HP. This has 2 hits in it, so we have 4 timer ball throws right now. Okay, or we just catch it, I guess. Or we just catch it. I mean, I played it safe. Maybe I was rewarded for that. I don't know, man. We played it the best we could. Naughty Nature's good. Okay, on a Cloyster, Naughty Nature's amazing. If I could catch a wild caught Cloyster that is ready to be EV trained and XP trained and used in Jimmy runs, I will lose my mind, okay? Unironically. I'll have to ability pill it to skill link, but that's 35k. That's fine. Naughty Nature, I'm looking for 20 plus attacking speed. 25 plus would be nice. Okay. Pretty close. It's low on the speed. I wonder if that's okay. What a weird Cloyster. 3 times 31. 31 attack, 31 defense, 31 attack. Low on the speed. I wonder. Also, this can go mixed because it's naughty, which is kind of based. Also, naughty is amazing actually because it's minus Spadef, which is Spadef is irrelevant anyway, but its defense is super good. What a really weirdly good Cloyster catch, but still wonky. I might hope that the speed IV is enough and just turn this into a skill link Cloyster. That might be my trainer run Cloyster ready to go, which would be really fucking awesome to have that out of the way. All right, but I have 7 Everstones right now. I'm going to go back to the Everstone farming spot until I have 10 Everstones. I feel like that'll be a good place to go ahead and call it for now. That'll prep us for a fair bit of breeds. All right, I know I said I would see you guys when I had 10 Everstones, but I just loved the spot so much, and it was so exciting and fun to discover it, you know, work on this whole Bayonet plus Weavile combo to actually farm there, and the rates are just really good. You know, unlike fossil farming and stuff, you can actually just get a ton of Everstones back to back. So you know what? I farmed for a few hours. I have myself 26 Everstones now. This is going to be like stock me up for quite a while. This is going to be a lot of breeds. I shouldn't have to worry about this. This is also halfway to my medium tier goal, my medium length goal of getting 50 Everstones. That was actually a goal of mine over on my notepad document. I know I haven't shown it very much this episode, but here it is to get 50 Everstones, and I am halfway there, which feels really good in the same episode that I discover this sort of strategy and work it out with my stream chat, as well as actually create the Pokemon themselves. All right, now in terms of what's next, there's a ton of options I could go ahead and go to from here, but I think first things first, I need to do a little bit of box sorting to actually get things figured out, organized, because I kind of want to do a few breeds for good Pokemon. I could go do some EV training, XP training, and I do want to figure out what Pokemon I need to farm. Do I need to go farm Magikarps to get myself a Garchomp breed coming up for future raids? Should I work on Chandelure for the Halloween event? Should I plan for some sort of summer update that we don't know what it is yet? You know, what sort of content should I plan for? What is next up on the horizon is probably the most difficult thing. Obviously, one of the most efficient things I could go do is complete the 2 other storylines, and that's something I'll probably work on in the next episode, but I need to take a break. I did 3 storylines in 2 episodes, so I think this is a perfect time to go ahead and do the grinding that I've wanted to do for quite a while. That's what we've been doing this episode, and kind of sticking to that, thankfully. And it's been a lot of fun. This has definitely been an episode about exploration, about discovering things, going for that Moltres legendary, figuring out what I needed to get it, aka actually going back and getting that Smeargle, getting our first soaked Smeargle, trying to figure out that we needed Everstones. We needed Everstones to breed a bunch of future Pokemon, and going and creating ourselves, getting that really lucky catch on that pickpocket Weavile Swarm, and then also getting ourselves a Bayonet. And now we have that figured out. We're just solving problem after problem, working towards the future. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and do myself a little bit of box sorting, just put all good IV Pokemon over into these 3 categories you see over here. There's either Noted, which is like a good relevant Pokemon that I will breed or use in some way, but doesn't actually have any 1x31s or 2x31s. There is the 1x31 box, and there's the 2x31 or more box. I'm actually going to go ahead and create, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the UT box, which if you don't know, UT stands for untrained, which means it is a Pokemon that is ready to be used in some sort of competitive, raid-like utility manner. It just needs to be EV trained or XP trained up. So for example, this Cloyster. I think I'm gonna use this Cloyster in trainer reruns. It's not perfect. I'm gonna have to do a few things to sort of whittle with it, but it's already level 71, which is gonna save me a ton of time in leveling, and time really matters. And not having to rebreed this is gonna be just a huge weight off my shoulders. So I'm gonna put that over there. I think I might even do the same for this Dragonair. I think I just want to turn this Dragonair into a HM Friend Dragonite. Now the question is it worth rebreeding this to create a better IV'd HM Friend Dragonite? I don't think so. My go-to HM Pokemon has always been Dragonite. Number one, I like Dragonite. It's a cool Pokemon. Number 2, it can learn almost every single HM. There's a few HMs like Flash that it can't learn, but usually the HMs that it can't learn are sort of the lesser important ones anyway. So it ends up working out pretty well in my opinion in that regard. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over to UT for the time being. I don't know how I'll end up EV training it. Maybe like special attack for like Surf, and then having maybe more attack or Phys or HP or something like that. We'll have to see. But we have our UT box building over here. I'm gonna go ahead and sort through. Like as you can see, I have 1 2 3 4 5 almost 6 boxes or 5 full boxes of unsorted Pokemon that all need to be searched through and figured out what's valuable, what needs to be kept for Pokedex, what needs to be kept for breeding, what needs to be kept for other utility purposes, etc. So I'm gonna get to that, and I will see you guys when I'm done doing some spring cleaning. Alrighty, I spent a fair bit of time on it, but it is 11 p.m. on Thursday night, and I have my boxes nice and sorted. Let's go ahead and do a quick little overview of what's been changed. So first things first, we cut down the almost 5 boxes, I believe, full of Pokemon down to 3.5. So we have 3 boxes here and then a half here. I'm really safe with what I'm keeping. I'd rather keep a ton of stuff than risk getting rid of something, releasing something like a Pinsir that'll be really difficult to get back in the future, even though it has no good of IVs. I'd rather just keep this for now and have it as a safety net than get rid of it and regret that. So that's what's my current ideology. I do go ahead and have this many Pokemon which to release. These are all just terrible breeders. They're not good species. I'm just not worried about these in any way. So I'm going to go ahead and release these. Yep, that's okay. Go ahead and release all. Boom, that clears up 2 full boxes here. It's crazy that I only have 2 full boxes, man. It's pretty wild. PC space is going to be a massive problem on this account for sure. It's pretty crazy. You have to keep so many breeders. And as you can see, look at this. This is all 1x31 Pokemon. I have almost a full box. Now I'm going to reach a point where I'm going to have to start just consolidating these like literally in any way possible. And what I mean by that is, instead of having like 32, Pokemon in the field aid group all with 1x31s, it's better to just breed them all together and have like a 5x31 field aid group Pokemon, Adamant or Jolly Nature, male, just ready to breed onto a female or ready to breed onto something in the future. So I'm definitely going to start consolidating these kind of soon. I might even just do that as a little bit of fun. It's a little more awkward because you lose flexibility. I'm going to be losing flexibility when I consolidate 1x31s like this into generalities. Like maybe I go for a field 5x31 in attack, but I actually need a special attacking Pokemon. It's pretty rare in the field aid group, but it definitely comes up. There's going to be situations like that. So it's definitely going to be a little awkward, but that's a cost of the account. Definitely a cost of the account is having to just sacrifice box space and having to sacrifice the best Pokemon possible for just planning ahead, riskily planning ahead, and having breeders for the future. So that might be something I work on very soon here. But I also do have more noted Pokemon over here, which is nice. We have like a whole extra row, I think. We have a nice little Ditto. There's some really cool breeders in here that I've just caught over time. Like this Ditto is amazing. 25 plus in every single special attacking stat except for speed. I could plop this onto a good Pokemon, Everstone, the other Pokemon, maybe speed brace it, you know, go for a nature roll and have something really, really nice there. Or just like Everstone, the sassy nature over onto like a Quagsire or something that wants to spam Scald and be tanky. It's a really good Ditto breeder that I really want to value carefully. This account is definitely coming together extremely quickly. And I think what I want to do tomorrow is focus on consolidating these Pokemon and doing some more breeding. I feel like it's a really satisfying part of the account. Breeding requires Pokemon to be caught. It requires Everstone to be farmed. It requires Pokeyen for the braces. And it requires game knowledge and like proper planning. I think breeding is a really cool part of Pokemon because it truly is the testament of game knowledge. It requires a little bit of a million different puzzle pieces. And then the better you put those pieces together, the better your reward will be, right? You want to try to save certain stats where you can. So if I have a nose pass with like timid nature and 31 attack, you know, I kind of, this is an awkward situation. Do I Everstone the nature? Do I put that onto a Pokemon in the same ed group? Do I, you know, keep the attack IV? What do I do there? What does the ed group need? Well, for example, I understand that this is in the mineral ed group, right? I have that game knowledge. And I understand that in the mineral ed group, it's pretty rare you need the timid nature. It's almost all physical attacking Pokemon, right? So I would naturally value the 31 attack IV here. However, you also have to consider the fact there are Pokemon like Yonmask, aka Cofagrigus, excuse me, it's very, very late. Yonmask, which evolves into Cofagrigus, which is actually a mineral and chaos age group Pokemon. And I could breed that timid nature over to the Chaos Aid group, which the Chaos Aid group is known for things like Gengar, known for things like, you know, all those like special attacking Pokemon. So there's value there. So there's a lot of things to factor in just to give you an idea when it comes to breeding in PokeMMO. But I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. It's very late, honestly. I'm very, very tired. It's been a long day. So what I'm going to do now is just do a little bit of good old-fashioned XP farming. Try to get this Moltres up to level 100, maybe even this Parasect. Just slowly, passively, doing some training, doing something on the account while I'm so tired, as well as slowly working towards that 6 level 100 Pokemon goal of mine. That is one of the short-term goals on the list. Don't want to forget about that. Well, just kidding. Before heading back over to XP training and chilling out for the night, there's actually an alpha Plusle Swarm. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this, bring out my Smeargle, go ahead and take the time to catch the baby ones as well. I've talked about this vaguely in the past, but plus ability Pokemon are actually really, really good in PokeMMO because they're very nichely good for certain raids. Certain things like Gyarados or even like Slacking, I believe. For certain raids, having the plus ability was super relevant to boost your fellow teammates on the battlefield. So Plusle, Minun, Ampharos, a lot of these Pokemon actually, I think Manectric even as well is one of them if you have hidden ability access. So getting hidden ability access on these guys, I believe it's their hidden ability. Let's go double check actually. See if we can see. I'll catch this one and show you guys, but I believe it's their hidden ability. If we actually do get it, gives us access to a really possibly good raid Pokemon. So getting a nice IV Alpha catch would be really, really cool. If we don't get a good IV Alpha catch, that's okay. We still at least get a hidden ability access one, which is going to be relevant for sure. This account has been such a good reminder. I can't believe how pulled you feel as a new player. If you're trying to play the game like pretty efficiently as a new player, you're pulled in 50 million directions, right? There's a catch event on Monday. There's alpha swarms every few hours. There's Phenos you want to be on top of. There's swarms. You have to figure out, what do you do next? What do you XP train? Do you do a story? You're constantly being taken away from and pulled from your current task. And that's a great catch. I will take that all day. And it's tough, man. It is tough to be a new player in PokeMMO, and that's coming from someone who has all the game knowledge, right? I have all the practice, all the years of experience. Can you imagine trying to learn the game on top of all this happening? You just start letting stuff fall by the wayside, and that it just makes total sense because how else could you stay on top of everything? It's tough to be a new player in PokeMMO, and I have a lot of respect for those jumping in. It can be done, and it's worth it in my opinion. It's a beautiful game, but it's difficult. It's difficult for sure. All right, just that one decently statted Plusle. Nothing else was really super relevant. Now, moving on to the actual alpha encounter. This guy has Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Signal Beam, and Nasty Plot, so it can actually set up against me. Now, it being male is actually a good thing. That means I can use it as a I can use it successfully as a fairy aid breeder if I need to, which means for really good like Chansey Pokemon, if I need to like go for an Alpha Chansey or things like that. Really good chip damage for me there. I think I'm going to go ahead and just head over to my Smeargle immediately here. Bank on this thing being decently weak on its own. Obviously, it's funny to hear like things like Plusle are raid Pokemon as my Smeargle gets basically one shot. Wow, I lived naturally at 1 HP. That was really, really lucky. I'm going to go for the Spore there and get that off luckily and thankfully. That was actually kind of crazy. But yeah, they're pretty weak Pokemon as I get almost one shot on their own, but alongside that plus ability, the damage boost is so significant, it's actually super, super worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and take the time to actually get this Pokemon out of here and basically just go to sacrifice switches and try to heal up my Smeargle where possible so I can spam spores. And I like to waste turns on alphas trying to get to turn 11 because that is when Timer Ball is at max efficiency and it's the best like Pokeyen per catch chance Pokeball and just the best way to catch a lot of these alpha Pokemon, whether you're an Iron Man account or not. I really recommend Timer Balls for alphas. Okay, I definitely did not respect the Plusle enough. I think it must have heard me call it not very strong because it managed to dodge a million Timer Balls, get Omega boosted, outspeed. It would have been really fun if I caught it right there. Outspeed my my Smeargle after trying to revive it, and now we're just cooked. So, yep, lost to a Plusle. GG's. See you in round 2. He is kind of wrecking me again, dude. Look at this. He is +6 special attack. I think he might outspeed me there. Yup, he got me. And there's nothing I can really do here. I mean, let's say like a Haze Pokemon or something like that. There's nothing really in my... I don't mean to be that guy because I like to try to, you know, improve and strategize and do whatever I can do with what's within my control, right? But I'm going to be honest, there's not a whole lot I can do like within my control in this fight. This is just how alphas go. If they get... You know, if you fail the few Timer Balls, they get boosted, then they've outspeed your Spore Pokemon, and pretty soon you're cooked, you know? You really need an Alpha Spinda or a hidden ability Spinda to be able to use the move Skill Swap and then swap its contrary ability over to the Alpha Pokemon. That's one of the safest ways, if you don't know, to farm Alphas in PokeMMO. But the problem is getting a Spinda's out of my control. To get a Spinda, I have to just wait. No way I catch it. Okay, alphas are so weird. They're so weird on this account, dude. I don't know why. I swear to Arceus, man, alphas just tease me on this account. I don't know why. I got 3 XP candy extra larges for that. That's really good. Alphas are so weird on this account, dude. They always wait until the last turn possible. Like that was the last turn possible. If he attacks with anything other than T-Bolt, my Garchomp's dead, right? Like he was +6. It's so weird. Strange little gremlins, huh? But I was trying to say a Spinda would make these a lot more consistent and a lot more viable to like easily farm and catch, you know, a lot more consistently. The problem is I have to wait for that Alpha Spinda, you know, swarm, and that's something that does not happen, you know, every so often. It actually happens sometimes. Alpha Spindas or hidden ability Spindas can actually be decently expensive on the GTL. They actually are pretty cheap, yeah, really cheap nowadays. There was a time, ignore the RTX sprite. There was a time where hidden ability and Alpha Spindas were 300k a piece minimum, if you'd believe it or not. Back when alphas like were pretty new and they were pretty new and it was the best way to catch them. Oof, they were very, very, very powerful, very expensive and very rare at the time. There were just not enough Spinda alpha swarms to go around. But anyways, we can finally get back to our XP training I was supposed to do 20 or 30 minutes ago. Alrighty, it is Friday morning, one of the last days I'll actually be able to make progress on this account this week for this episode of the Iron Man episode 3 in the Progress series, because all of Saturday I'll actually be doing a Streamathon and Shuntathon and shiny hunting on this account as much as I can. So if there's any more updates up till a certain point, not yet, don't worry. It's just if I got a shiny encounter, such a shiny Pokemon on this account, which would be really, really exciting if we get our first shiny here during a Shuntathon. That would be a blast. But today's our final full day of work, our final full day of recording. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We're still XP training our Moltres. I did some casual leveling last night, started at level 54. It is now level 70. I'm going to go ahead and casually keep XP training it up until maybe level 80, because level 80 is what's required for most raids. Most raids don't need you to actually be level 100. A lot of raids need level 60, need level 70, need level 80. Some I think need level 85 or 90. So I think if I could get to 80, I can use rare candies or XP candies in the future to panic level it to unlock a certain raid if I so need. So let's just get this bad boy to 80 and go from there. If we need to stop preemptively and go do something else, we can go ahead and do that as well. This is just our sort of our go-to activity at the moment. Okay, I don't mean to do like a coulda, woulda, shoulda thing, or oh, what if, or how this could have happened. I think that's a silly way to think about things, and you'll drive yourself crazy if, for example, every time you catch like a 3x31 Pokemon and one of the IVs is 0, you're like, oh, that could have been a 4x31 if that stat was just... Nah, that's a crazy way to think about things. It's just not, right? But anyways, this is kind of neat, and it's kind of funny, okay? Over on the left of my screen, you can see my Discord. You can see that Alpha Plusle spawn that I got, right? You can see that Alpha Plusle. I caught that right before bed, right before doing all that grinding, and I mentioned in that encounter, wow, it would be so... This encounter was actually way tougher than I thought it was going to be. The thing that I could get to ease out all alpha catches and make all alpha catches that much easier would be an alpha Spinda. And wouldn't you know, at 4 a.m. I was asleep, and it was like the middle of my sleep. Like it slept from like 2 a.m. to like 10 a.m. You know, waking up now. So you know, in the middle of my sleep, I was never gonna get this, but it is really funny. The next spawn, the next alpha after that Plusle was a Spinda. What are the odds of that? That's kind of crazy. Really good for anyone who was up. Any Iron Man. I'm talking to some friends, people in the Iron Man team chat. Anybody who got that, congratulations. That is a great catch. Congrats to you guys. I got to keep an eye out for it from this point forward. But man, hopefully another one spawns somewhat soon. That was a rough one to miss for sure. It might be the roughest alpha to miss for an Iron Man account. It's tough to say. If you already have one, then it's not, obviously, but usually for a main account, you don't want to miss the Dittos. The Alpha Dittos are the best one. It's the best profit, right? Alpha Dittos are good for the Iron Man, for sure. Don't get me wrong. A guaranteed 2x31 Pokemon that can breed with any species or any, you know, gender. That's really powerful. But you can kind of make up for that. You can go catch Pokemon. You can go grind things, right? You can't really make up for an Alpha Spinda, right? You have to get an Alpha Spinda spawn. You have to get a hidden ability Spinda to have it. There's no way around it. There's no other option. It's the only option. It's the only thing. So when there's things like, you know, Alpha Dittos, Alpha Brelooms, Alpha Cloysters, you know, the Weaviles, we've got some really good alphas. Weavile is actually a good example of being up there with Spinda, where like there's no replacement for Alpha Weavile. There is only the only pickpocket mon that exists in PokeMMO is Pickpocket Weavile. So if you want a pickpocket Pokemon, you gotta get a Weavile Swarm, which I honestly I didn't realize how good that Swarm was until I knew it was pretty good. I didn't realize how good it was until I've been using it recently to farm Everstones. So that was honestly amazing. Much better of a catch than I gave it credit for. I do kind of regret how I Eevee trained it. I definitely should have Eevee trained it 252 HP, 252 defense, but I wanted to have it also be usable as a PvP Pokemon, and I think it weirdly will be. It won't be great, but that's the Iron Man. You have the best you can get, you know? Alrighty, I got the Fabled Moltres up to level 80. Let's go ahead and do some of that breeding that I really want to test out. Some, you know, concising of certain Pokemon, some condensing of good IV Mons. Let's head over to my favorite region to breed, Kanto, just because it's a good vibe there. You could breed in any region, but you know what? Let's head over to good old Island 4. Back when I started playing, you know, back in my day, Boomer status mode, Unk status, you know, Island 4 was the only place to breed in the game. Kanto was the only region in the game back then, so it's the perfect little nostalgia trip for me. Let's go do some beginner breeding. All right, first things first, we have to ask ourselves, what kind of stuff do we want to breed? What egg groups do we want to breed? The first things that come to mind to me are special attacking Chaos egg group Pokemon and physical attacking monster egg group Pokemon. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just sort by both of those egg groups. We need a good Chaos egg group breeder in the future for a Chandelure for the quote-unquote upcoming, it's 5 months out, but as an Iron Man, you better start preparing now for the quote-unquote upcoming Halloween event. That's going to be super relevant. I'm going to want Chaos egg group breeders with 31 special attack and 31 speed. I don't seem to have any of those at the moment, as you can see. Now, what I could also do is go ahead and head over to Monster or Dragon, aka like Gabite and Garchomp egg groups. These are one of the most important Pokemon in Pokemon, Monster and Dragon. Some really good egg groups here. Let's go ahead and go check to see what we have. We do have this female Monster egg group breeder over in Exploud. It's also a field egg group breeder. We do have that one Alpha Ditto. This could be turned into this is Adamant. Ooh, this Slowpoke might be one of our best Garchomp breeders. Going Adamant is a little awkward. Adamant Garchomp is better for PVM. We're going to need a really good Garchomp for a ton of PVM, but it's not nearly as good for PvP. You definitely usually want to go Jolly or Naive or that plus speed nature on a PvP Garchomp for sure. But let's go check what else we have. So we have this. Ooh, this is a good start. 31 attack, 25 plus in other stats, Rhyhorn. I do like that. We also have a 31 attack Aeron. Okay, we have a few... Wow, we actually have a fair bit of good IV monster egg group Pokemon. That's legitimately very exciting. if we use this one, we're not really consolidating with this. I mean, you guys, no, that one we are. There's one that was, there's no adamant. Okay, I'm just making things up. Okay, let's grab this Rhyhorn. I do have one female Gabite, okay? I do have one female Gabite in my boxes. Let's go grab that. Would we make a breed with these two Pokemon? Let's see, right? Let's see what how they line up, right? Does this one have 25 plus in any stats? The problem is this one's stats are terrible. It's just so bad. So I'd rather just not use the Rhyhorn yet, I think. What I'd rather do is actually go ahead and look for we do need a monster or dragon. We could go for a carp breeder to breed up the ooh. Oh man, we're so close. We're so close. What was that adamant breeder that I was looking at? I already forgot. We have a mild one over here, naive. We have this Ditto. That one's sassy. I'm not interested in that. But we have this male carp. I want male carps as the yeah, we have this. Oh, this is beautiful. But it's 31 Spadef, which is awkward. Look at these stats though. It's adamant. It's so good. Oh man. That's amazing to be an adamant breeder. I think I just go ahead and breed. This one's also adamant. That's so interesting. I think I just go ahead and find a oh, this one's 31 attack adamant. It's so weird. There's so many things I could do. If I'm just making a PVM Garchomp, what I could go ahead and do is just find a 31 speed breeder. 31 speed male. Yeah, this one has no other stats. This might be perfect. This might actually be like unbelievably perfect. So I would do this. Where's that other one? What's the 31 attack one? What I would do is this one is adamant. So the problem is I need this to be double 31 before I mess with this, for lack of a better word. I'd actually have to, is there a monster? I think we had a monster egg group breeder, right? That was 31 attack. This one is. Okay. We could make a borderline perfect PVM. PVM's, this is male. I wonder if it's worth to breed that and fix that. We can make a borderline perfect PVM Garchomp right now. I'm not sure if I'm able to get defenses on it. That would be ideal, but I don't know if I'll quite get there. Let's just go ahead and get started with our first breed. We have our Gabite. We also could roll nature, of course. Things could roll luckily. We have our Carp. What we want to do now is go grab a speed brace from this lady right here with the nice cool pink hat. That's 10,000 Pokeyen, and this is where we start to see some of our Pokeyen get disintegrated and how quickly it's going to get disintegrated. Incinerated, rather. I'm not quite sure. Get obliterated with breeding. Breeding's just super expensive. Look at this beautiful shiny Lampent. It's cool to see you don't see a whole lot of people keep Lampents shiny. Usually you go Litwick or Chandelure. I like the rare pick. I'm going to pay for this to come out female because we need it to stay a Gibble. Now, another big important thing to check when breeding Pokemon is checking for egg moves. I don't think Garchomp has any egg moves that are super relevant. I'm going to double check though. Just, yeah, Thrash. Thrash is nothing. We don't care about that. All right, here's our first beautiful breed. We're going to let this come out. And maybe work on another breed as well. Why not? All right, next up, we're going to do a breed that's just a little bit of consolidating. And that is really it. I think this Rhyhorn is the... We're going to put this down here so I can kind of keep it separate. But I'm going to grab this Aron. I'm going to grab this Magikarp, breed these two Pokemon together. This Aron is 31 attack with nothing else going on. There's no nature. There's no stats. There's no nothing, right? Whereas this Magikarp is 31 defense, nothing else going on. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is head over to, I guess, this lady right here, rather. Head over here. Get myself an attack brace and a defense brace. It's going to cost me 20k just to create a little 2x31 here. We're going to create a little 2x31. I'd like to go for really good IV Pokemon at some point in the future, but I have to farm. I'm realizing... Oh, wait, I thought they were the same age group. Oh, I was locked into the monster. Okay, well... There's our first breeding mistake, and that's okay. You know, it could be a lot worse. I always talk about how breeding is really complicated in PokeMMO. It's really easy. There's just so many things to keep track of. Really dumb mistake there, obviously, but it's going to happen to the best of us. Breeding in PokeMMO is very much like solving a puzzle, and even more so on an Iron Man account where you have so many moving pieces, you know, over probably 100 Pokemon in your boxes that are worth considering, right? You have so many pieces. How do you plug them together? Do you need to consolidate for, you know, for box space? Like I obviously do, as you can see, because of I think this is actually a Water BA group. I wonder if that's worth, ooh, because Luvdisc is not a very good Pokemon. Not a very viable Pokemon, but I could go ahead and breed this with a Carp and then sort of make it a male Luvdisc and then use that male Luvdisc. We might do that perfectly, actually. Let's see. There's a male Luvdisc with no other stats, or a female, sorry, excuse me. Let's, 30, we need a special defense brace. This might be exactly what we're looking for. Just a nice little, get defenses. Every Pokemon needs defenses, you know, something you got to consider. Every single Pokemon needs defenses. Let's go do this breed. I'm gonna grab a Flame Body Pokemon as soon as possible. I didn't put the braces on them. Oopsie whoopsie. And even like mistake buying breeds or braces like this, it's not the end of the world because one day we'll use them, you know, especially an attack brace. We'll definitely use them one day. Here we go. You know, 31 defense, 31 Spidef. Love this. I'm gonna go ahead and make this male. It does cost a little more, but Pokeyen is meant to be spent on this account. We get a nature roll. In the future, we could breed a 31 HP onto it and make like a really, really nice defense Pokemon. I'm gonna go grab a Flame Body Pokemon as I do a few of these breeds. And our Pokeyen stack is getting hit a little bit. Obviously, it's not too bad. I do need to go stock up on more Pokeballs and just potions and a bunch of stuff, honestly. Max repels. I think I'm gonna spend a lot of my Pokeyen. Not a lot of it, but like probably like 100. I'm probably gonna drop 100 or 200k or so. I actually will be, look at my Pokeball. I bought 100 of these recently in like 50 timers many times, and I'm so down again already. I'm gonna have to go for the Kanto Legendary again very, very soon. I know I just got Moltres next episode. I don't know if I'll get it next episode, but I'll start working towards Articuno next episode because it's currently May 30th. This video should come out on the actually June 1st, and that is a new rotation of a new Kanto Legendary. So we will start working towards Articuno very soon. That'll give us more elemental orbs to actually properly put up the IVs on our Moltres, as well as we'll get a bunch of payday Pokeyen on the way to that next legendary. All right, the Gibble hatch. Let's see if it rolled a good nature. Nope, serious. That is totally okay. So it is 31 speed, 20 plus Spadef. That's relevant, like getting up there on some of these stats. Let's find a good breeder for this. I think it was the to do the Rhyhorn we were going to rock with. I believe so. That would allow us to go ahead and get this thing 31 speed, 31 attack. We could high roll the HP. That would be amazing. We need a speed brace here. We're going to put speed brace over on the Gibble, attack brace on the Rhyhorn. Head over here. Turn this Gibble. We do want to pay for this female, or for this Gibble to be a female. It's going to be interesting how much more often we're going to have to pay for genders on an Iron Man account. Having those specific genders of Pokemon really, really matters. Or on a main account, you would just buy the right pair on the GTL. We don't have that luxury on an Iron Man. And just in case you happen to not know, if you're wondering why I'm sitting around like this, after you make an egg in PokeMMO, you obviously control the IVs and control the stats a lot more compared to traditional Pokemon games. But after you make the eggs, it's just a waiting game. You're just waiting for them to hatch in your inventory. They cannot hatch in your PC. You'll use things like Flame Body or even Donator status to speed up the hatch of eggs, but you can kind of just hang out AFK during this time and plan future breeds or plan things for the future. I often will do a little bit of box sorting while hatching eggs, one of the more efficient things you can do, but honestly, my boxes are actually pretty clean right now. I think we have everything pretty sorted. I'm going to do one last check for any stray 1x31s, but yep, they are all sorted over into their proper boxes. It's kind of funny. I'm not usually a person who keeps my boxes very clean, kind of notoriously. When people watch me on stream, they kind of, you know, meme on me for it a little bit. But on an Iron Man account, it's even more crucial. On an Iron Man account, you've got to have your boxes clean to have a clear view of what breeders you have, what you can do, and what you can create. All right, the Love Disc hatched. I don't know if there's a nature we really want there. Lax is definitely not it. We'll just take whatever, honestly. We're just using this to kind of consolidate space once again. So now we have a 2x31 water B male egg group breeder. These can be used onto Magikarps and then turn those Magikarps into like monster and dragon breeders, or I guess monster and or is it dragon? Sorry, dragon and water bee. And then if we wanted to, we could breed those onto like a Gabite and turn it into like a monster. So you can convert egg groups in PokeMMO from IVs to, you know, from another egg group. So if you do it like smartly and like slowly and safely, but it's a lot of pre-planning for sure. All right, the Gibble hatch. Now, the Gibble could roll a nature here, and that would be a lifesaver. If it rolls Naughty, Lonely, or Adamant, that would all be amazing. Let's see. Jolly is so good. We'll take it. We'll take it. It's not quite the PVM Garchomp that I would go for, but that's so lucky, dude. That's going to save me so much time, so much. Oh, my goodness. Nature rolls on a main account are a big deal if you randomly. It's like 32 different natures. It's like 1 out of 32 or something like that. It's something crazy. 36 maybe. Oh, that's amazing. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna keep that. That is a beautiful Garchomp ready to be trained up. I don't know if I'll just use that. I might just use that in PvP as sort of like a budget Garchomp. Obviously, it's missing the defenses. You really want those on a Chomp, but man, and like the hidden ability. But this is something. This is something I could use this in PvP, PVM. It's not amazing for either, but it's really, really good. It's so much better than most other Pokemon I have on this account for sure. All right, another breed I can go ahead and do just to sort of consolidate things is actually this Sableye and Abra breed. I'll show you guys the stats here. Really, really nice Pokemon. 31 HP, 31 attack, 27 plus and 26 plus defense and speed def. So it really just needs that speed. It gives me a good chance to go ahead and make this a male Pokemon to make it a nice breeder for the humanoid age group. The humanoid age group does have a bunch of physical attackers. Unfortunately, the main one I can think of is like Conkeldurr, which I can't actually do on this account really, because I can't, breed a Timber or breed, and then evolve it up into a Conkeldurr since it's a trade evolution. But I guess the next one is maybe Mienshao, I think might technically be. Let's see, actually, is Mienshao in the, I don't know if I have it in my Pokedex. Mienshao might be a humanoid egg group. There are certain Pokemon, let's go through the PvP statistics once again. I think Mienshao is one of them. I know Conkeldurr is humanoid. Infernip is another big one. There's a fair bit. Delayed, Lucario. There's a fair bit of physical attackers. Mienshao is in the humanoid egg group. Thankfully, I got that right. Bisharp. There's a lot of big, strong physical attackers that are in the humanoid egg group. All the Hitmons, if I want to go for like a good Hitmon, I already have a Hitmontop, but like a Hitmonchan or a Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee is actually pretty relevant in certain fighting type raids. So, or using the fighting type team. So, yeah, getting a Hitmonlee could absolutely be good. So getting this breed going is a good consolidation of my Pokemon, and it cleans things up really nicely. And as you can see, I only did like 3 breeds, okay? I did like 3 breeds, and it cost me like 80k Pokeyen in the braces alone. This is what I'm talking about when things are going to get really expensive. And that you might have to do 20 breeds or like many breeds to create one good Pokemon sometimes. It's going to depend on how many 1x31s and stuff you need to catch versus 2x31s, but it's going to get expensive, boys. All right, the Sableye hatch, I'm trying to think of what natures we could want here. I'm thinking of like Adamant or Jolly are the really easy ones. Any sort of like physical attack one. But even like Impish can be good on certain like memers. Naughty is not terrible. Like maybe that'll be usable. We have the defenses, which is relevant, but like that plus attack. We will take plus attack that isn't minus speed. This could be a phenomenal breeder down the line. Very happy with the Sableye. Doing all this breeding is really making me realize how many more Pokemon I need to catch. Like, I've just got so few Pokemon in the grand scheme of things to actually work towards, 5x31s or like crazy breeds. I got a long way to go. And what do you do when you have a long way to go besides go ahead and get started on it, get cracking? I'm going to head over to Celestial Tower right now and actually do a little bit of Soak False Swipe Sporing to allow myself to catch some Litwicks. I really want a good Chandelure for multiple reasons. Number 1, it's a very good PVM Pokemon in general. Number 2, it's a meta Pokemon for the somewhat upcoming Halloween event boss. And then number 3, it's also a good Flame Body Pokemon. And then technically number 4, it could also be used in PvP. So Chandelure is just a really, really good special attacking Pokemon that does a ton of things. Let's head over to Celestial Tower and test our luck on some catches. All right, just in case you don't know, it's pretty far from the PC, but if you head over to Mistralton City over in Unova, and then you bike all the way up to this like hyper northwest area, go all the way through this path. You gotta hop up here really quick. Hop straight through here. You can make your way back over to Celestial Tower. You actually could shiny hunt Litwick here without Leppas technically, but it would take a fair bit. I think you have to actually go up at least 1 floor before you get encounters. So it would be a pretty slow non-Leppa hunt. Usually people Leppa shiny hunt right here. You can actually see everybody just getting time swipe hordes of Litwick, as you can see, just popping through. But myself, as a little Iron Man memer, I'm going to be running back and forth and trying to just get single Litwick encounters. It's almost a 100% chance for Litwick here. There's a few other things like Behemoth, I think, is here. But this should be one of the better ways for me to actually farm Chaos Egg Group Pokemon. It's a pretty difficult Egg Group, honestly, to farm. I'm probably going to go ahead and just go for Soaks to lead things off, go for False Swipe, and then I might just try to Pokeball off the False Swipe and see if that catches. But if I need to Soak False Swipe Spore every single time, it wouldn't be the end of the world either. I do have Flame Body, which is going to burn me, but thankfully, that actually shouldn't matter. If I pop a Leftovers on my Smeargle, I should be totally good. Pop a Leftovers on this bad boy, I should be totally good. It will sustain out the burn damage, and the burn isn't going to reduce my attack damage too much to where I won't be able to False Swipe them to 1 HP. So it should mostly be, it's like one of the better statuses to have for this. There's a nothing Litwick, but you know what? It's a good start, a good first catch. All right, I did go ahead and get myself a Dusk Stone. I will absolutely take that. We actually needed one of those to evolve our Lampent into our Chandelure eventually, so love to see that and get that. It does have 31 defense. However, it's not really a stat we need on Chandelure. Honestly, on Chandelure, all we need is 31 attack and 31 speed. So, nothing great there. We don't have any Chaos Egg Group breeders in our boxes with those stats, so Maybe a Ditto catch would be what we need, or just we need something good to start off this Litwick. So we're still farming here for now. All right, here we go. This is what I was looking for. A modest Litwick. This one is male, which is a little awkward, so I'll either need a female Litwick breeder or a Ditto. But look at this. 25 plus HP, 20 plus defense, the special attack 25 plus. We're missing Spadef and speed, but like all I really care about here is the Spatak. I just want 25 plus Spatak, 25 plus speed, like maybe 31 speed, maybe 31 in both would be nice, but like obviously, but we want that modest nature. That's huge for PVM. So that is a huge Litwick in the right direction. We need a lot more breeders, but it's a good start. I honestly could go over to Dittos from this point if I want to. I'd really like to breed a Chandelure before the end of this episode, but I've done more than I realized. I feel like this episode I was stressed. There wasn't enough content. I was doing too much grinding. There wasn't enough clips, wasn't enough to talk about, and I have no idea how long the episode is right now. I want to keep them around the 2-hour mark if possible. Let me know in the comments how long this episode ended up being. You can laugh at me if it's way too long, way too short. Laugh at me either way pretty much. Okay, or I could just catch the absolute perfect breeder. Are we just done? What just happened? Look at this Litwick. It's female, 20 plus HP, defense, special defense, speed. I just need the Spatak. This is like perfect. This is amazing. This might be exactly what I need. The only problem is if I breed it with the other Litwick, I have to choose between the nature and the special attack IV. I'd have to like do a breed with this Litwick, with another Litwick to like really guarantee it. That's a little awkward, unfortunately. But I might have a Ditto that's going to solve this problem. So you know what? I'm going to catch this one last Litwick. We're going to head out of here, and we're going to see if we can complete this breed. All right, it is time to set ourselves up an important breed, fellas. This is why I talked about this Ditto. I've talked about this Ditto so much about how good it is, and it is the perfect breeder for this situation, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and buy myself a special attack brace and a speed brace. It's weird to brace Pokemon that don't have 31s in their stats, but that's going to happen a lot on the Iron Man. I'm not going to lie. Let's go ahead and get these braces on these bad boys, plop these guys in the breeder, see what this looks like. This should be a 20 to 25 plus statted Pokemon in every single stat. Yes, 20 plus there, 20 plus, you know, everything. And then essentially, I will grab this Litwick. I'll make sure to make this Litwick a female. It must be female. And go ahead and breed it with this Litwick afterwards. Hope the Spadef high rolls and just Everstone this one and speed brace this one. So I'm going to go through, carry through with this breed. Boom. Beautiful. I'm going to get my Flame Body Pokemon to help them hatch a little faster. I need to go ahead and buy another speed brace. So I'll go ahead and do that because I know it's coming up. You know, we're hoping for a medium roll or a high roll on the Spadef. That is the one stat that I can't control here, unfortunately. I'm going to grab my current Flame Body Pokemon. I guess we have a bunch of Flame Body Pokemon now that we caught these Litwicks. I mean, sure, I'll take it. Let's go grab this. And then this Chandelure is going to be used in raids, used as a utility Pokemon, used in PvP. This is going to be a phenomenal Chandelure that I'll use for the rest of the account constantly. And it honestly absolutely should have been a goal over on my list. I'm going to go ahead and just retroactively add it. I'm going to put good Chandelure slash, I guess like Flame Body Pokemon. We'll go ahead and have that slotted in there. And that will be a completed goal at the end of this episode. All right, there's the hatched Litwick. Let's see the... No, it didn't. No. But wait, is it just... I'm just, what? Okay, so I don't even, I'm so lucky. Dude, I don't know what, holy, I'm just done. I don't even have to do this breed. I can save this Litwick for a future breed. It just randomly rolled the perfect exact nature. I was about to Everstone onto it. What is this account? Look at this Litwick now. It's even better. I was going to have to randomly roll the Spadef, but now it just stays 28 plus. The Spatak is going to be higher. The speed is this is unreal. I don't know how I'm consistently getting so lucky on the Iron Man. That is so crazy. This is such a beautiful, beautiful UT Pokemon that I can now just Eevee train in the future. This is an amazing Chandelure. Holy crap, I'm so happy with this. I couldn't be happier. That's so good, dude. Oh my goodness. I'll throw this over in noted for a future breed, but that's ridiculous. That is so freaking lucky. Alrighty, we have 4 UT Pokemon to Eevee train and upgrade in the next episode. A ton more to do. What do you say we go over what we accomplished in the episode 3? Firstly, I just can't believe it's actually been 3 episodes. Secondly, I can't believe I have over 150 hours on the account now. 116 out of 603 caught OT Pokemon, 400k after spending down a fair bit, 3 regions complete, and we still have that 9,000 BP that we're sitting on. We're at 14,000 encounters, very close, well, quote unquote close to hopefully our first shiny on the account, which I'm very excited for. If you happen to see a clip after this clip, it means we did get a shiny on the account. I might even have to do a little post thing if that happens, but unless you see another clip after this, this will be the end of episode 3. Let's go through our goals and see what we completed. First things first, one of the biggest goals we did here was get a catching Smeargle. That is a massive, massive thing to work on, and that's probably one of the #1 things we did in this episode, but we did a few more than that. But not only did we get our first, catching Smeargle and properly good catching Pokemon, we also got our first legendary on the account and got super, super lucky with the nature roll. That was a massive achievement, and I will now have a fire raid Pokemon for the upcoming event season because of getting that rash nature, which is just, I didn't even think about beforehand how lucky and how insane this really is. I know I probably stated it earlier in the episode, but I have to restate it, guys. Unless I rolled Rash, Mild, or Modest here, this Moltres wouldn't have been usable in raids until this upcoming, March. I would have not been able to use this Moltres for almost an entire year before I could actually farm the proper nature herbs if I didn't get a plus special attack nature. So the odds of that are just truly miraculous. Now, a cool goal I didn't notice that we achieved until just now. I've got over 10 alpha Pokemon. I've got one that right there with the Cloyster, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 actually. And that's been one of the more fun parts of this account and of this grind is constantly catching and going for those alpha Pokemon. They're really, really tough battles on the Iron Man account. And I have to really strategize and really push through, and it's been a blast. But yeah, I've caught 10 alpha Pokemon now, which is crazy. That's a really cool one. Now, I do not have all synchronized Pokemon, not a million Pokeyen, not yet, no ability patch. Didn't get 50 Everstones, but we got pretty close. We're halfway there. We have 25 over in our bag, which that also feels amazing. To really solidify a strategy for that has been really, really cool. We did get both of these. I added these later on, kind of in post, but they are important goals and they should have been on the list in the first place. So we are going to count the PVM / good flame body Chandelure, as well as a level 100 Frisk Thief Pokemon. We're not at our first 30,000 encounters yet. I don't think we'll be getting that until at least 1 or 2 more episodes, but we'll have to see. And after that, we move on to tier 3 goals. I don't think we completed any tier 3 goals yet. I'd be really, really surprised if we did. I'm not seeing anything. Yep, nothing in tier 3 yet, which makes sense. This is the first time we complete our first tier 3 goal, that would be amazing. It is very, very long-term stuff. And that's when you're reaching sort of the end game or getting to that point. But I've been completing about 5 goals an episode. There in the top left is what my completed goals list looked like before I started this episode. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 completed goals. Now my completed goals list looks like this, where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I swear I didn't plan that or count that beforehand. I'm still on that pace of exactly 5 goals per episode. I guess that's just how it works out. So 15 now completed goals on the Iron Man. I hope you guys enjoyed another episode as much as I did. I'm just still loving this account so fucking much. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting a little tired at points, a little exhausted. I've been pushing myself a little bit. Probably playing the account, not 10 hours a day, but really working on the account, whether it's goals, ideas, brainstorming, streaming, and playing the account, probably 10 hours a day. So I might have to draw that back at some point if the episodes get a little shorter in the future. Don't be surprised. Don't be scared. I'm sure they'll stay over an hour long. I know that I can yap, and I know there's a lot to do on this account, but I really hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this episode as good second monitor background content or inspirations to start your own Iron Man. We now have over 95 members in the Iron Man team. Like this video on YouTube if you enjoyed it. It is one of the free, quickest ways to support the series, and let me know you actually enjoyed the content. Dislike if not, that is totally okay. Give me your real opinions. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos every single day, Iron Man videos every single week. The Discord down below if you want to see whenever I upload a new video, whenever I'm live over on Twitch. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, the best ways to do so are always YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations. But if you're feeling extra fancy, extra luxurious, and you really want to support the content and especially support the Iron Man in the best way possible, Signing up for Factor using the first link in my description is the best way to support the channel, and it gets you awesome food in the process. I genuinely love Factor. I've used Factor during big grinds and big periods in my life where I know that I'm going to be super, super busy. If you don't know, Factor are these little, it's basically meal prep without having to do all the cooking yourself. They send you these chef-prepared meals. You pop in the microwave for 2 minutes. They're really nutrient dense. They season their vegetables. The chicken's delicious. The salmon is weirdly delicious. Trust me, I cannot describe to you how they make microwave salmon better than a lot of restaurants, but they do. It's really tasty. My wife loves it. I love Factor. Check out Factor for inexpensive, healthy, nutrient-dense, really quick chef-prepared meals shipped straight to your door every single week. You get 50% off your first order of Factor using my link in the description, which is such an insane deal. I really recommend it. It's worth trying. If you want to cancel after the first week, please go ahead and do so. But get that 50% off. 50% off of food in this economy is a really good deal if you ask me. Once again, it is the best way to support the channel, so go ahead and check it out if you are interested. But thank you for watching. Have a great day. Good luck on all of your Iron Man grinds or main account grinds. I will see you guys for the next episode of the Iron Man series. Peace, Areno. Yo, Petrowski here, and I wanted to thank you personally for watching the video until the very end. I really, really appreciate that. And if your name is on this list, thank you to the moon and back, because you allow me to even make these videos by supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.